Yeah, try talking the mic as much as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts, man. I don't know the deal.
Tight.
You get annoyed when they get into it, and they're like 30 feet away, but
Yeah.
it's getting good. Oh,
And like the host is always louder than the guest or some shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Like a good host who's like, yo, step up to the fucking mic.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so
Yeah, step up to the fucking mic.
here we are. We watched 4 movies for this one. This is what, episode 15. You guys want to talk about stuff we watched this week first? Just hop right in.
Recently watched. Oh yeah, so we. Oh wait, should we introduce Kareem first?
Yes. Okay, this is
I'll talk to him this one.
Yeah, we'll let him introduce.
Because you don't
Yeah,
have to,
we'll
you don't
let him
have to
introduce
go
himself.
back and forth. Will that be easier?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So what? You guys introducing me?
Yeah, you can introduce yourself if you'd like.
My name is Kareem Keon Brown. What am I supposed to say?
Give us the Instagram handle.
X straight flex and X. I don't really go on Instagram a lot, but and the name is from like 2012.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It's a fun.
You're
No,
good,
it's like
you're good.
it's very funny in 2012 terms. It's like
2012 to infinity.
If you were there, if you're outside during that time, that's a good IG handle.
What do you do, Kareem?
I make films.
Tight. I like you already.
Thank you. I've met all you guys on sets.
You sure have.
You guys have helped me make films. I think that we're all friends here.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm from Reno. I'd like to throw it out there. 775. Stand up.
That was great. Okay. So, and then the audience should know Anthony and Elijah.
What's up, film fans?
Hello. All right. So, Anthony, what movies did you watch besides the ones we're gonna talk about?
Let me whip out my letterbox.
Oh, God.
I didn't watch too much, honestly, in the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I guess do we need to update the film fans out
Oh
there?
yeah. So I got COVID. That's why it took so long. That's why there's a bit of a gap between Screen Tongue 14 and 15. And in that time, I got to watch Hackers. Freaks. Oh, Freaks is cool.
Freaks is really cool.
Freaks is really cool. And then Sex, Lies, and Videotapes. And probably something else too. Oh, and I watched Run Lola Run.
Oh, I've heard of that
you were
one.
gonna recommend that for the podcast
Yeah,
at some point.
I'm kind of glad I didn't.
It wasn't that good.
I mean, it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still
Okay.
fun. It's still like a really fun movie.
That's like a drug movie, right?
a
No.
little bit.
No.
I mean, kind of.
okay.
I mean, it has drugs in it, but it's not like. I would say like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Good Time has more drugs in it than like Run Lola Run.
Oh, okay.
You know, they're a little bit similar.
Okay.
In a way.
That movie had a cool trailer, right?
Yeah, it's a really cool trailer.
Okay.
Really cool trailer. And at the time, what they were trying to do with that movie was do like different camera techniques. And it was like in the 90s, so they were doing like, they had seemed like handheld, and they had like they just did a bunch of different techniques. Fuck, I wish I remember. They had animation in there too, which was kind of.
Okay.
I didn't really vibe with the animation too much. I just didn't like the way it looked. But yeah, Run the Little Run was fun.
Who's the main actress in that?
I forget her name. But,
Okay.
it's German.
It's a German film.
I think it's German or Austrian. One of the, one of those two.
Her name is Franca Potente.
Okay,
that sounds,
never mind.
That sounds pretty
Never
German.
mind.
Or Potent, whatever.
But yeah, what'd you watch, Elijah?
I saw some things. I watched Shortcuts by Robert Altman.
Oh yeah.
That's like Magnolia. It's like a prequel to Magnolia, kind of.
Well, yeah.
Because
Robert Altman was like a big inspiration.
Yeah.
Or like that was kind of his mentor, right?
yeah.
On his last film, PTA was essentially the standby director for if Robert Altman just like dropped dead on set.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. He was there.
Yeah, Shortcuts is like, it's like an ensemble cast movie that's 3 hours and takes place in LA. And then Paul Thomas Anderson literally did that like 6 years later with Magnolia.
Dude, how many movies take place in LA? That's got to be like the one place.
A lot.
I think LA's like the.
LA and New York.
LA and New York probably have the most movies. Definitely, right? I bet you that's a thing. I wonder which one has more.
Those are like the coolest places in America.
that's just where the industry
Is
is.
it? It's where the
too.
industry is.
So,
yeah.
so like, all the film people, they live in that place, and then they write what they know, which is the fucking place.
Yeah, and there's more film people in each of those places. Not many in Las Vegas.
Shortcuts is pretty
Soon.
cool though.
Yeah.
That movie's very dense. Like
I haven't
there's
seen
like
it, but-
20 like main characters. It's fucking
Fuck.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
Like, it's like Slackers.
Well, that's his thing too, right? It's just like
super big.
Yeah, you
like,
like Slacker?
Slackers?
Slackers
Yeah, I
has like
feel
a
like a-
fuckload of main characters.
I feel like everybody putting their mics
Wait,
in makes
Slacker
it like
or
more pressure
Hacker?
that I make a good point.
Slacker.
Oh,
Yeah,
Richard Linklater.
Or
Yeah,
Richard Linklater.
I like Richard Linklater. It's one of my favorite directors. Slackers. That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I don't know. It's no, Richard Linklater makes like really like good like weird movies that are like philosophically like
Have you seen Waking Life?
yeah, that's like before I even knew like who he was, that's my friend was like, yo, we've been smoking weed lately.
Yeah.
This is next step up, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was like,
Waking
yo,
Life
this
fucking
is,
rough.
and they're like, yo, this is the same dude that made Slackers. I was like, oh, that guy's onto something.
Yeah.
There's a movie that he made, and I always wanted to make a movie like that. I always wanted to make like a short film where it's like jump from person to person.
Yeah.
I just can't think of anything cool to do. Like, but like he made a movie about like baseball. I can't remember the name of it.
Dazed and Confused.
No.
I mean,
This-
actual
oh, like
baseball
the
movie?
spiritual sequel one. Everybody wants some.
yeah. Is that what's called?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck?
It's so.
Yeah,
fucking,
it came out like
Like-
6 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fucking great. Like it's just like I don't think like it's like weird enough for people. Like it's very conventional. It's just about like
Oh,
baseball.
gotcha.
Like cuz he's like a baseball fan. And
That makes sense actually.
like this dude tries out for like no, he's like on a good baseball team in college. And it's like the preseason. He's in like the house with all the baseball players.
Yeah.
I remember in the. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
Oh, no, you can go.
I was gonna say I remember in the trailer there's a line that goes like, "College girls aren't high school girls" or some shit like that. It's like a lot of like college.
That's
girl
really
sex
what
stuff.
it is. It's
Yeah.
like trying to find yourself in college, like how people jump around from like, because they go just trying to get pussy the entire time. That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
So they just jump around from like personality to personality, and try and take on these different identities. Like they're baseball players, but then they want to be like country guys trying to get pussy. It's
Yeah,
like, all we do
yeah.
is just do these things, just try to get pussy. It's basically the entire movie. But it's great. It's great. That's true.
It'd be interesting to read one of those scripts, like going from so many different characters. Like you're constantly introducing new characters.
Yeah, the whole
That-
film.
I'd actually really like to read one.
I'd
now
like
I
to
think
read
about
Dazed
it.
and Confused.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused would be good to read. Slackers would be cool to read.
I just want to
That'd
see
be
Waking
fucking
Life
crazy.
to just see like how he
See a
describes
Waking
the
Life script would be
scene.
nuts,
Yeah.
man. Oh.
Were you high when you saw that?
Yeah.
Does it add to
that was the
the
first time I ever took
experience?
acid. I was on
Really?
The, I was
Wow.
on the come down. I'm like, all right, it's time to watch Waking Life.
Fuck yeah.
Does it like get the brain going?
I mean, the brain's already going. It's
Yeah.
just like it just feels like you took a cup of coffee to the trip. He's like, you're on the come down, so you're just like vibing, whatever, like having a good time. Because you're already done thinking about life and all that shit. That's like 2 hours ago,
Okay,
which feels like
okay.
forever. And so you go back into it, and it just feels like I've been here.
Okay. Okay.
So
Do you-
go ahead.
Do you think they just like is it a movie where it's like they just wrote down a bunch of shit when they were high probably?
Maybe.
No, I feel like he's a special. Like I'm fairly certain he does get high, but I feel like he's a special individual that just writes.
He
in
has
a
these
pers-
thoughts.
in a like a high he's just at an elevated like
Yeah,
state of
yeah.
mind.
He's smart.
I would like to put like, I don't know what the money line is on Richard Linklater doing drugs, but I would like to bet on it, like the over.
The
You guys want
over.
to bet on it?
Yeah.
I'll bet on it.
I think we're all gonna go on the over though.
No, you like clearly you're like, I think he's just an enlightened
No.
individual. Like, he likes to get high, but I
think-
think he's
let me
just an
think.
enlightened individual.
No, I made that point in relation to him like writing scripts and making films. Like I don't think he's baked 24/7.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
He's not big 24/7, but he definitely does drugs.
Yeah.
Like like almost every movie he does. Well, not every
Yeah,
movie,
involves
but
dr-
like,
like
a lot of
drugs.
movies involve drugs that he makes.
And he's just like, no, that's what I like about him. He has like this very like country feel. Like he has like this like
He's from Texas.
that's like
yeah.
part of his like culture too. That's very important to him. But then I was like, yo, this dude just has to do like acid. Like, a lot. I was like, yo, this guy loves his acid.
It's the only way to break out of that Texas mold.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
You gotta do acid.
That's how you become.
Oh, you guys gotta watch American Movie.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck, I wanna. Does Zia have it?
Maybe.
I just rented it.
You
from
know V
Amazon.
has it. That's right. You know V has it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
You
remember
ever
seeing
heard
it
of
there.
American Movie? I think I told you about it before, but it's essentially like a The Room type of situation, but from this guy from Milwaukee, and he's like the local like town filmmaker, but it's pretty goofy.
Then he makes shit like School of Rock, though.
That's why you gotta love him, you know. Because even when he tries to make something commercial, it feels so unique. You know, you got Jablinski teaching iCarly.
Rest in peace to
Jack Black.
the kid that the kid that
sorry.
died.
Yeah, the drummer kid.
He
Yeah.
died?
He's dead.
What happened?
Yeah.
He died like a week ago.
A week ago.
yeah.
What the fuck?
What did he do?
I don't.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah,
you don't
he
have,
just
sometimes
died.
you don't have to do anything to die.
It's gonna.
Nobody really-
all
The
one
blonde
day?
kid?
Yeah, the blonde kid. I remember Miranda
Remember,
Costco.
he was like a jerk. but
Yeah.
then he turned it around.
He was
Jack-
playing
he
playing
turned it
poker
around.
with
Jack
the
Black
people in the
melted
van.
him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The kid
That
was
guy was
tight.
cool as shit. Yeah.
He's dead though.
How'd he die? How'd he die?
Nobody, everybody who posted about it, like Jack Black posted about it, Miranda Cosgrove posted
Did they
about it.
not say how
No,
he
they said
died?
it's so sad that he's died.
Oh.
Throw back to School of
That
Rock.
means something
Throw
bad
back
happened.
Throw back,
Hashtag
yeah.
TBT.
TBT School of Rock. So sad.
Did you see the new iCarly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
watch
on
it.
Paramount Plus. I
Is it
watched like
good?
the 40-minute interview they had,
Holy
like
shit.
prefacing it, but I don't know about
It
the
looks
show.
weird. Carly cusses in it,
No,
too.
that's
You
the
should
thing.
bitch.
No, the weird thing about the show, it's like it's like those legacy shows, which is it's meant for our age, you know, in terms of it's
Yeah.
meant for an older audience, but it's made in the same way they made the one for children. So it
crazy,
still
wow.
has the laugh track, and like fucking Spencer in the baby suit and shit like that, you know. But yeah, like they're like, yeah, there's
Fucking-
gonna be sexual situations and shit in that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
I don't
dude.
want to see that.
Like fucking.
I do want to see that. I just wanted to
That's kind of
contribute
That's kind
to
of crazy.
I would bang out on Miranda Cosgrove. And like I feel like there's been like walls breaking down for you to be able to say that out in public.
Yeah.
Little Pump. That was like a big thing he was about, was banging out Miranda Cosgrove.
God damn.
And then
He's like my age.
do you remember the girl who played Kat, who's not on? Who was like,
yeah, Ariana.
which is kind of like no,
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you know the
with
whole
Sam,
Dan
Sam.
Schneider thing. You know how he's a
Yeah.
fucking weird feet
was
guy.
he doing things?
He's like a really.
Yeah, I know
like-
that. I've seen some episodes of Nickelodeon where I was like, this isn't right. Whatever. There was an episode of Victorious where those kids they're trapped in a
The
RV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. Like looking back on it, I was like, who was making this episode?
Yeah, like he's like a weird foot pervert, but like he's essentially like the main like guy at Nickelodeon. He like made Drake and Josh, Victorious, iCarly, all this shit.
Come on, bro, who
But
you talking to?
essentially now, like he's kind of just like they never said anything official, but he's kind
See
of
how
just
he
in
just
the
I
shadows.
didn't know that.
You see how he
and-
just disrespected me like that?
Dang.
You see how he's like, yo, let me explain to you who this guy is. Man, where were you when Drake
Norby
and
just
Josh
said he
was
didn't
on?
know that.
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh,
know
okay. I'm sorry then. Never mind. Hey, I'm sorry.
This ain't the Kareem show.
Well, yeah, let me go put this mic back over here.
Was that the name of the podcast?
The Kareem Show.
That would be a good name, though.
Have you listened to Pink Guy before?
Oh yeah, Joji.
Nickelodeon
Ooh.
Girls.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's a song in there. I
Oh,
met
gotcha.
Miranda Cosgrove once.
What the?
You met her?
Why'd you
Yeah.
say that to like? Why didn't you let? Open
You
with
met her?
that?
How'd you, that's bizarre.
When I was in 8th grade, there was a field trip to Disneyland.
Oh my god.
And we were like, we had like the,
Wait.
She was like, it was a gang war. She was like, yo, this is Miranda Cosgrove.
we had like the passes between Disneyland and California. What's it called? California
Adventure.
Adventure. And it was like right before we had to leave. Like we were leaving at 8, and it might have been like 7:15. And we were walking through California Adventure, and like I was kind of behind my friends. And then like I was walking this way,
Yeah.
and then I see Miranda Cosgrove walk this way, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's
So she's allowed at Disneyland?
That's the thing. Like, it was kind of weird because she was just walking with like 2 of her friends, and then I like grabbed my gang of pals, and I'm like,
King of Palace. Good lord.
I'm like, look who that is. So like, they're like, oh shit, it is. So like I like walked up behind her, and I like tapped her
Damn!
shoulder.
No way!
Oh, that's terrible. You can't. Oh, I guess.
And I'm.
I guess you can. You're 8th grader.
I said, are you Miranda Cosgrove? And she's like, she was like, yeah.
It was
And
just
then
she
we're
didn't-
like, whoa, and we took some pictures with her.
nice.
I can't log into my Facebook anymore. But if you have or I don't know, I can try.
I do have
but I have a
Facebook.
picture of like the group of us with Miranda Cosgrove.
Wow.
That's dope.
It's really cool, and I want to find it so like I can back up the story.
Did you make the Nirvana tutorial guitar videos before or after that?
Before, right?
It might have been after.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Imagine little Elijah and Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah, I tapped on her shoulder too.
Here,
it was
look
really
at look at this,
soft.
Kareem. I'll give you some context.
You made Nirvana Guitar Hero tutorials?
No, like he's like, it's just Elijah, like 13 years old. He's like, what's up, you guys? I'm gonna show you how to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. So this is the F power chord, and you could do it the easy way or the hard way. And the hard way is like you take your pinky and you put it on this string right here. But if not, you could just do it. I remember that pretty well, actually. Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but
I feel like
it's
you've
basic.
watched that several times.
Yeah. It's like the only thing on your Instagram right now.
I know. I need to change that.
No, leave it, please. Don't take it down.
Pretty good.
Dude, I like how you go through it, like.
How's it going?
You know what? I take that back just because the gum smack. Like,
Yeah.
he kills it. He kills the riff. Oh, yeah, he's got it, man. He's really talented. And then he has gum in his mouth. It's not apparent until, like, right after he kills it. And he just chews on it. All right, guys. And then it's like, oh, he knew he killed it.
How's it going?
I don't, you know what? That just showed me kind of like person you are right now.
I still need to watch that feature you made, Elijah.
The feature I made,
Yeah, the
tanks,
Wii Tanks thing. Yeah.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
I made it to mission 100 on Wii.
On
I was like in 8th grade, and I used to play Wii Play a lot on the Wii. And you know the game Tanks on Wii Play? Well, I made it to mission 100. Have you guys played that before?
Yes.
I never-
It's really fun.
It was fun.
It's actually pretty fun.
I never made to mission 100 though. That's really impressive.
And then I died on mission 100, like the final round, because it's, I don't know. If you only have one life, you're kind of fucked.
For real.
But-
Dang, you made it to 100 with one life?
No. But like you gain lives as like you go.
Oh, gotcha.
You go along. But
Okay.
I was proud of that.
I feel like I've already told all you guys this, but I actually finished it last week. It's called True Confessions.
Yeah.
It's a Disney Channel original movie starring Shia LaBeouf as a
No.
person on the spectrum. But it's from the perspective of his twin sister, who likes to use a video camera, and like the whole movie's about like how she like kind of hates her brother but loves him, but she's making this documentary about him. It's a strange film.
Interesting.
Why'd you choose to watch?
Interesting.
Why wouldn't I?
Why
You know?
why not?
Shia, you know. And then I watched Daddy Longlegs.
Oh.
Safdie Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Safdie Brothers?
Yeah, but I feel like we've talked about this before, but before their A24 stuff or even what Heaven Knows What,
Yeah.
their first films kind of feel like it feels like them, like their like voice and their energy, but it feels like they're learning how to like say it, like they're
Yeah.
figuring out the tools. But I really I don't know, I like the Safdies. I like their style.
too, man.
And like so it doesn't even have to be something that's like, I don't even know how to say it other than like as dramatic as like Good Time or Uncut Gems, which has like distinct like obstacles and shit in a way.
Yeah.
Because the movie's just about a dad trying to raise his two sons,
Right.
But through the lens of like the Safdies, I don't know, I like it. It's cool. you know, and it's New York.
Yeah, I really
It's
want,
fun.
I gotta check that one out.
It's on Amazon Prime. Or actually,
cool.
no, because I subscribe to
Like HBO Max or something.
yeah, like one of the channels.
Yeah.
It's the IFC channel.
Gotcha.
Because they also had Childhood of a Leader, and they have
Oh, okay,
they
cool.
have their first film, or Josh Safdie's first film, The Pleasure of Being Robbed, which I'll probably check out soon.
Yeah.
And then when I went to California, I just showed my friends Good Time and Waves. I still
Cool.
gotta show Cream Waves.
Oh yeah, Waves is. I really liked Waves.
Waves is awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. Whenever like somebody recommends a movie to you and like you really mean to watch it, but like you keep seeing them for like months and months, and they're like, "Yo,
Yeah, shit's annoying, right?
no, it's not annoying. It just makes you feel bad. You're like, hey, I respect you as a person. I respect your taste. I think you as a human being, your quality, and I'm gonna watch that movie. It has to hit me in the zone.
I feel you.
You know?
Yeah, you gotta be there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta be there.
I'm gonna watch Waves. I'm going to watch Waves. I
Yeah.
believe that.
And
it's
you
a
like.
movie.
I think you'll like it.
I don't. It has Sterling K. Brown in it. I like Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, then you'll like.
He's
it.
really good in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Don't worry about it.
That's how I
Don't worry
felt
it.
about Buffalo 66.
Oh really?
I'm like, shit.
Oh yeah, I kept telling you about it. Yeah.
I'm like, it's not like I don't want to watch the movie. It's just like, I don't
Right
want to
time.
watch it in vain, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're forced to watch it. You want to feel
Yeah,
like you choose
yeah.
to watch it. You know.
You know?
I think it was good though that you watched it for the podcast.
That
for
was a
Screen
good time to
Yeah,
do
I think
it,
it was
you
a good
know?
time to do it. Yeah.
Oh, but also Kareem, this guy watched the 400 blows because of me. So
Fucking cool.
He's cool. He does his stuff.
He's cool. He's
I do-
cool.
You're right. I did watch the 400 blows. You know, so
Did you like it?
yeah, I liked it. I loved it. It was great. Actually, this is the point I was gonna bring up later. You know what I'm saying? That was the point I was gonna bring up for the blows from a little from one of the movies.
Oh okay. Okay. I got you.
All right.
I mean, I don't really have anything.
Oh,
wait,
wait, somebody said something. What's your thoughts on circumcision?
Is it a-
by Soggy Waffle?
Whose?
This was said a little bit ago.
I'm gonna pass. You don't
Circumcision?
have to- you don't have to pass that to
I'm
me.
not circumcised, so I'm not a big fan. And that's about it. That's about it. I mean, I could say more.
I think we can move on. I mean,
Yeah.
There's this episode of Seinfeld where, like, they're talking about circumcision.
Yeah.
And Creamer says something like, sex feels better
Somebody
before.
asked if it's abuse.
I have this
is circumcision abuse.
I have this like thing. It's like a one of like the like 3 things about me
Yeah.
that like I always like live by. One of the principles. And
Who is that? Hello? Oh, let me go open the front door for my mom. You guys keep talking.
so I guess I was just gonna cut to the 3rd principle, but I guess I'll name all 3 principles now. The first principle is that his mom?
I think so. Yeah.
She locked out? I don't know. I'm not gonna get into his family business. That's the first principle. Stay out of people's family business. Number 2 is it's all right to mix light and dark alcohol, only if you're not at a wedding. And number 3,
Have you been at a wedding when that's happened?
yeah, but that's a different story for a different day. Let me get to my principles. Number 3 is don't hang out with anybody who has very serious opinions on circumcision. Those are my 3 principles.
Do you have serious opinions on circumcision?
I hang out myself all the time.
Oh. So then you're saying
I'm
something about
at-
yourself.
I'm at your
No, I'm
window.
saying don't
I
hang out
see
with
you.
people.
No, you
What?
don't. Soggy Waffle. I don't think that's Kate. So I don't know who that. I think it's Elwood.
Elwood.
Straight up,
Oh,
I think it's Elwood. He was
Elwood.
texting me about when it's gonna.
What's
when we're
going on,
live.
Elwood? Elwood helped
Hi,
us
Elwood.
make a
I
film,
don't know if it's Elwood. I'm just saying
like
that's my best guess.
3 weeks ago. He's a cool guy.
I watched Abort Elwood.
Abort Elwood.
That movie he made.
Oh,
little
the
short.
short. Yeah, he
a
make
board.
dude. Yeah, check
Yeah, I
out
wanna
check
see.
out
Wait,
Elwood
can you-
shorts. Elwood
And
shorts
a
are
show.
cool as fuck.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. I'll send you his
Yeah, send me the
Instagram.
link.
Was it about circumcision?
He said, "Who the fuck is Elwood?" Or maybe it's not Elwood. I don't know.
That sounds
Would
like something
Elwood say
would
that?
It
say.
sounds like something
Yeah.
Elwood would say. He spelled it with like L and then wood. I don't know. I'm gonna say this is like this is fake
I don't
Elwood
know.
for now.
I don't know what this is. I don't know how Mike's pointing towards me. I don't know what this guy is.
I mean, either. But circumcision.
No, I was just.
Yeah, circumcision is
Stretching.
Is circumcision
I was
abuse?
gonna ask what abort was about.
Oh, what abort is about?
Abortion.
Yeah, basically an abortion.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded just like okay. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm just joking with you guys.
Oh, Elwood, what's up?
What's up, Elwood?
Where's Waldo?
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of do think circumcision is like fucked up, but it's like in Africa how they cut off the clitoris. You know, it's like
They do that?
yeah, they do
Female
that. Yeah.
circumcision.
Yeah, female circumcision. They just it's just it's whatever. It's whatever tradition is. It's whatever culture does.
Dang.
And now people who have natural looking dicks get shamed for it.
What's like the religious thing about behind it though?
Circumcision. It's like
It's a,
It's a Jewish
they
thing,
thought
right?
it they thought it would prevent you from jacking off, but it totally doesn't. I mean, you just need a. I know people.
Wait, is that for real?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to ask which of you guys are circumcised to
I'm
like prove this point.
circumcised.
Okay.
I am.
Okay. This is gonna get fucked up like real quick. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take it this way.
I didn't know that.
Do you guys have to use lotion to jack off?
Duh.
Okay. I'm not circumcised. I don't have to use lotion at all. Oh, he says I'm still not Elwood. Oh man,
That's crazy.
I think it is
I
Elwood.
thought we came here to talk about film.
Okay, yeah. Anything else? any other movies
Sit
you want to talk
backcountry.
about? Yeah, that's backcountry.
Yeah, we got 4 on the docket.
All right, let's. You guys want to get into it? Police story.
Uh,
I'm ready to talk about police story.
All right, I guess we're starting with police
All
story.
right, Anthony.
Man.
Take the reins, Anthony.
Wait, can I get a second?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I just need a second to breathe. That was crazy.
Yeah, it gets not.
That made me uncomfortable.
That got deep. I thought it was gonna be like a quick 10 seconds. We were there for a while. We were in the bushes.
Yeah, I like moments like that.
Now I know what I'm in for. Let's get in the police.
I like moments like that.
Yeah, those,
get into
those
police
moments are
story.
good clips, like flat out.
Does that make you feel good on the inside, Norby?
Does it make me wait? What?
Feel good on the inside?
Oh,
like
I
moments
totally
like that?
misheard you right there. Yeah, it does a little bit.
That's good.
All right,
Police story, Anthony.
Anthony, take it away.
Go for it, man.
I talked about this when we watched it, and sometimes I just want to give you guys thank you movies.
Thank you.
And-
Thanks.
Thank you, Anthony.
And yeah, I just
Say thanks, Kareem.
Is that like the point of that? What he just said right there?
No, I'm just going. I'm just.
Oh, I guess
just going
yeah.
off it.
Thank you, Anthony.
I think Kareem already saw it.
I had
though.
already seen that, but
Yeah.
thank you for introducing it into my life
I-
in the way that you did.
Yeah, to me it's a really special movie because I feel like a lot of people just know Jackie Chan. He's a legend, whatever shit. You know, they talk about obviously other great films he's been in, like The Drunken Master,
Mhm.
Rush Hour, whatever shit. But there's no denial that this is like his magnum opus. I know we'll get into it, but essentially, I guess I'm just gonna do the history thing right
Go
here.
for
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
for the
sure.
pod.
Go for it.
We got to go all the way back to 1973.
Oh boy.
Bruce Lee, the biggest Asian action star on the planet. You know, he's up there. He's on the top of the mountain. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He made it up there. Everyone wants to be at the top, and this guy fucking dies. What the fuck? What are we gonna do? There is a demand that we cannot meet at this moment. So what they do? They get a boat full of these guys to come over here. You know what I'm saying? And give them all their shot. All right, let's see what you can do. And Jackie Chan is one of them.
Hmm.
And he comes and he's in a few films, but mostly in side parts, you know, a little bit wacky stuff. There's this one film, I don't know, he's just wearing Native American clothes for some reason. And yeah, it's just not working out for him. He's not cut out for it. And so they send him back to Hong Kong. And you know, you're Jackie Chan. You're the greatest to ever do it, and you know it.
Mhm.
You know? And so what are you gonna do when you're Jackie Chan and they reject you? come back even harder, come back with a vengeance. And that's what he does. So he comes back here, he does a few films here and there. He's ready. He's developed his craft, you know what I'm saying? He's done his student films. He's ready for the big boys. And in 1985, written, directed, produced, starring, choreographed, an original song by Jackie Chan, we got Police Story. It starts at a 10 in terms of action and pace. And you think, wow, there's so many set pieces, and it's just so visceral that, like, where can you go from here? But to me, the beauty of this movie lies in its comedy. And the actual story of it, too, is that even when there isn't an action scene going on, I feel just as engaged by the sequences that fill in between.
Yeah. Watching this movie was definitely, like, mind-blowing throughout. Like, this felt like, for me, like watching Good Time for the first time. Like,
Wow.
but I mean, like, the difference being that I didn't know what Good Time was gonna be about at all. It blew my mind because I was like, wow, I've never seen a style like this before. Jackie Chan, I've seen like a few videos on like his action style and like how he does.
Everyone
stunts
knows
and stuff.
Jackie
Everybody knows
Chan.
what he's about. So I knew I was gonna like it. Like, I already had high expectations, and it's still just like, it still like blew that out of the water.
I was kind of thinking like, oh, it'll have like some cool action scenes, and then the whole fucking like the squatter village. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting that,
In the first 15 minutes. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
insane.
Well, yeah, it's a good movie. No, I think like the thing I really like about like Police Story is that like it's a very different like Jackie Chan than like you're used to seeing. Like, he's very it's not just like Richard Wright was saying, like the Edgar Wright, Richard Wright, that's the writer.
Richard Wright.
Edgar Wright was saying like he's handsome, like he's very like handsome, but he's very like cocky, young. Like, I like the scene that like this is like stays in my mind. Is him jumping over like the car to like kick the dude in the chest when he's like trying to enter it in, because it's so he's like, so many ways you can go about that. He's like, no, I want you to understand, I can jump over this car while meaning to kick you in the fucking chest, and I'll land on my feet.
It's always impressive, man.
It's so aggressive. You could have slid. Jackie Chan he's great with the slides. He could have so many things. He could have like jumped on like the hood, maybe then like got a better angle. No, he was like, yo, motherfucker, one take. This is one take. I'm jumping over this car. I'll kick you in the chest. I'm Jackie Chan. Leave this girl alone.
It fucks him up. Dude, even that one shot where he fucking kicks that dude through the fucking car
He
glass,
does like a back somersault into the fucking window. But yeah, and on both of those points too, I feel like, especially like in like, because it really does feel like it's kind of aping on like the Western action films, of that time. Police Story, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like in a Western version of that movie, they would just do that one move and boom. It's like a good 5 seconds of, I just did something badass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like it's got that.
He
that
does the
shot.
badass thing 30 times in every
Yeah.
scene. You know what I'm saying? It keeps on going. He does that kick and still has to fight 15 more dudes.
Yeah.
It's just it's the crazy parts are no different than the parts. And I guess like it's the same thing with the action and the comedy and the writing. It's all the same to him in terms of it's all great. You know? Wow, it's crazy.
It's really great how the action isn't cut up.
Yeah.
Everything, like you said a little bit, like they're all like single shots. You're seeing them do like the actual stunt.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? They aren't faking this.
It's such a cool movie. Like even all the like you said, like in America, it's like do something badass, and they kind of like take a moment to be like, wow, that was badass. But like in Jackie Chan's, like there's no time for it. It's like there's literally no time for it. Like even after the fight's over, it's just like, all right, we're on to the next scene.
Like the little things he does in Police Story are like the cool things from other movies.
Yeah.
They're like some of the
Yeah.
coolest
Yeah.
things, There's the part with the bus, I think, like right at the beginning where like I think the bad guys get away or something, and it's just like a transition to another scene, and Jackie Chan's running away, and he just jumps over a fucking pole.
Yeah.
Like little things like that where it's like he's like showing off like his acrobatics like every fucking time he can.
There's like this like scene at the climax where they're fighting in the mall, where like this guy's trying to like hit him, and he like slides underneath stairs, that's it. It's just like this stepping stairs. He like slides underneath it and like just
Mhm.
gets out of the like length of getting hit. And I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you guys like that night about like how Jackie Chan when I was growing up used to have me stressed about like fighting because
Did he really?
because he was like so tactical about like everything that was around him, and he made it seem so flawless.
Holy fuck, yeah, you're totally. I was thinking that too while watching the movie. It's like watching it. It's like he's like 100% like body. You know, it's like just like everything you're seeing is just like movement. It's like I don't even know how the fuck
But
you could be like that all the time.
it's also that like everything that's around him is also like a part of his action.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, that chair, you think that's just a chair? Nah, man, I'm gonna make it do the spin, and then I'm gonna spin around on it. I'm like, yo, when I see a chair in a fight, I never think about it.
Yeah.
I never think about that. I'm tied before like the first 15 seconds,
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
And like on that point, I think that's like one of the cool things about his style and stuff like that is because like I don't know if you guys ever seen like I guess to compare it to Bruce Lee, like there's this one and you've talked about it. I think it's called Fist of Fury, and that's the one where the Japanese go to the Chinese village or whatever like that, and they fuck up his friend, and so he goes to get revenge, and it's like 40 on 1.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's just him fighting all the dudes. And I think the difference between that, which is badass in its own sense, and Jackie Chan, is that like, yeah, all of his action comes from like a self-defense sort of thing, where,
Right,
like,
yeah.
he's put into it. But what makes him, I guess, so relatable in terms of like, yeah, he's handsome, you know, but he's charming, he's brash, is that he's in the environment, you know, he knows how to use the environment, and it makes it feel like he's in the world, you know, like in a way that like I think in a Western action movie, the person seems otherworldly, you know,
Right,
to the average person in the film.
God, I really like how they make him such an everyman. Like, they talk about that a lot in videos and stuff about him, but it's like it makes it so much better. It really does.
To like the relatability just of like his action, even with like the Bruce Lee, like Fist of Fury, that's like a cool scene. You're like, yeah, Bruce Lee is a man. You're like when you're growing up, but then like you don't really understand like the importance of like why that's so like pivotal in like filmmaking until people like understand the history. People are like, yo, that's actually because like nationalism, and there was like this like tension between Japanese and Chinese people, and it was cool to see like masculinity displayed that way. And I was like, oh, I didn't know none of that shit. I was like, I thought it was just cool. Like, he was just beating up for it. But like Jackie Chan, you're like, no, it's just a dude just jumped over that car, man. So it's like, that's just everybody likes that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it reminds me of Spider-Man a little bit. Like Spider-Man has to go through like everyday shit, but he can do like all this like cool ass shit.
He's getting his like ass chewed out by Jamin James, and just a backflip out the window.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Or he's,
also
like, dealing with like girl troubles and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I love about his relationship with Mackie Chun or whatever like that, is that like it's just as like I guess in terms of action, like the actions that he does in those scenes are just as funny and engaging. Like essentially even just the fact that like all of like the stuff where he has to defend the witness leads into, oh, I forgot it's my birthday.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that part's so fucking good.
He gets all the cakes to the face.
Yeah.
Dude, he went through like this huge shootout, chased down a fucking bus, was on the side of a bus.
He thought he ran over a baby for 2 seconds.
It's his fucking birthday. That's fucking crazy, dude.
I love that. That's like the how the bad guys playing that entire thing out. That's still the best part. Is where like, yo, so we have to hope that he's gonna be driving. For some strange reason, he's not paying attention. So we're just gonna walk out. 'Cause that's very big. Because not everybody just hits a baby that's walking across the street. I mean, that stroller is going across the street. So he hits the fucking baby. And you're like, yo, we got him. Guys, bring out the bats. Bring out the bats. Because the first guy didn't even have the bat. The first guy didn't have the bat because they didn't want to bring out the bats till they knew they really had him.
That was fucked up, actually. Like, that dude could have gotten seriously injured. That's
You
just
think
like,
he had like a bat in the stroller, like, yo, fuck that shit. No, he's like, yo, I'm gonna be the first guy to approach him. If it doesn't work out right, it doesn't work out right. I'll take the blow. I'll tell the boss what it is. But when he got out of the car, he was like, yo, I'm gonna go at him. But you guys know, bring the bats in. Bring the bats in. That's like a crazy ass fucking plan.
yeah, that's just. I'm thinking about that. I'm like wondering why they wrote it that way. Like, that's such a like. You wouldn't think about it like that. You know what I mean?
There's so many ways.
I think
Yeah, there's so many different ways to like think about that, but they went this way. It's
I
so
feel
weird.
like I genuinely like think that like they went in with the intention of like making it a comedy and like
Yeah,
and
that's the only way I can think
into
about
that
it.
like that's why all the not just the action but every scene is just kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is. It is funny. It's a funny movie, so it's a forgivable scene when you see it. It's not like, oh man, this takes me out of the movie. You're just like, these guys are fucking. I was like, these criminal masterminds, they should have been taken down a long time ago.
It does like double shock you. It's like, oh shit, he hit a baby. Oh shit, the dude with the baby's actually trying to kill him.
No, cause like he runs out the car. And says, oh, is the baby okay? And then it's just a shot of the doll.
Bro. That part's funny.
That's so funny.
I like how when he goes upstairs for his birthday, just like the whole sequence of that where like he gets Maggie Chung mad at him.
Yeah.
And then he thinks she leaves, so he goes to take a shower and like starts like ragging on her. But she comes back and like gets even more like upset at him. Then gets like another cake to the face. And then it sets up like the witness like having that whole phone or the
Yeah, it's
the
great.
recording.
Pay like.
and
yeah,
then that goes into
callback.
the scene with like the jury where it's like the witness's testimony
Yeah,
and it like
yeah.
sounds like they're having sex or something.
Yeah.
Just really clever
Oh
writing.
that's it's really good writing actually.
It's also too because like those lines like in the original scene are just funny and on her like
Yeah.
like what is this? It's my
She
pride.
sits
My
on the
pride and
cactus,
joy,
yeah.
you know. And then through the recontextualization of like of it being a sexual situation, it makes it even funnier. But I also like how in that scene when he starts ragging on Maggie Chung, like the witness is trying to tee him up too, because like she's like, but you care about her, right? He's like, yeah, I guess, but once you start macking up on girls, they're not gonna like leave me alone. And so I don't know. I guess it's just a great film.
I think that's like what adds to it too, because like we're over talking about like the action for like 15 minutes, and like the comedy in it is like such like great classic
It's
comedy
fucking
writing.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Like that, just like the scene you're talking about, where like yeah, he's just like playing her up. You're like, yo, Jackie, please, man, just walk out, man.
Yeah.
Like she hears everything, and like it's just like, and the way he acts through it, like his flip from when he like realizes that she's there, it's like, yo, you know what? Oh, but you know, I was gonna say then that leads out to the scene where he like rips her off of the motorbike.
That scene's good too, man. I really fucking like that scene.
See,
It's funny.
Scene's one of those movies. It's like you're like, oh, they couldn't make that right now. That couldn't be a scene where he's just like, yo, wait. Boom.
Yeah. And she's running with the fucking
Yeah, that
motorcycle.
part's really
But
funny.
like the whole sequence leading up to that point is just like, yo, this is like great, just like physical humor outside of like just Jackie Chan flipping over things and
Yeah.
kicking people.
Yeah, it's just I don't even know how to describe it. It's like
it's a good comedy.
it's like everything. It's like
Yeah.
it's like slapstick. It's like just like in dialogue comedy. I mean, it's got everything.
It's got real jokes.
Even like blocking. Just,
Yeah.
it's like basic stuff.
Yeah, like even just like where the camera's placed too.
Yeah.
Like even when he takes a shower and he's like naked, but like kind of covered in whatever. shit.
the scene where he's on the phone in the police station
Yes.
where he's like getting all tangled up with like
yeah,
the
yeah,
calls
oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That I was literally just thinking about that. Like writing that, that's like you have to like draw that shit too while you're writing that. So you're
Oh,
keeping track
yeah.
of like who's saying what.
It'd be
Oh,
cool
it's
to see like
it's such a cool sequence.
their creative process for that scene.
I would really like to see that because it's like how they did it. Because I mean, like I know how I would try to do it, but like I want to see how they did it. You know, how they pulled it off.
He's talking to like Maggie Chung and he like
It's
he's
funny
trying to
too,
make up
'cause,
with
like,
her.
It's like it would be one thing if like all these calls were going on, but it was just like a hello or whatever. But each time he answers the phone, it's
Yeah.
like a comedic situation, you know.
They're like I
I
got
guess except
raped.
the raped one, but I mean,
He's
it's,
like-
it's
but then
funny-
he's like, by
it's
who?
funny how it comes out though.
Juxtaposition of what you're like, yo, every call is a comedic situation. Yeah, like the rape.
I lost my
The
cow.
sound. Yeah, the cow. That's the example that we should have used. But
my husband's beating me.
my husband's beating me. Like yo, but I like how it builds. Like it doesn't actually build up.
It
Like,
doesn't. It goes
has,
from like
a great
cow.
pace to it.
Yeah.
No, isn't the cow in the last one?
The cow's
I
the
think
second
I
one.
think
Yeah.
it's in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I'm getting beat, and it's like, oh shit, you gotta take this seriously. It's like, my cow. You're like,
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
fuck this guy. It's like, oh, I'm getting raped. You're like, yo, okay, we're back up on it again, Jack. We got
Yeah,
to
he
get
literally
to
puts
it.
all the phones down.
trying to make up with his girlfriend.
Man.
Then
And
he-
I like how like it's like you guys were mentioning earlier, like how like every like thing like calls back to each other. Like it's like nothing
Yeah,
that you
it's
think about.
oh fuck, dude.
In that scene,
So
it's like
good.
where he puts all the phones down. I'm like, is he like? I was like, there's no way he got all those phones right. Like, just in one try. He's juggling like 4 phones. You just put them all down hella quick. No way. And then it's like at the end, he's like, oh shit, I got to get through all this shit because this shit isn't on the right like line. I'm like,
Yeah.
just little things. Like, this is a little thing.
You can't even do that nowadays. We don't have phones like
Yeah,
that.
you
You can't do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
even
Straight up, we can't do that. You can't do that joke nowadays.
even how like I think like a majority of the scenes are like this too, where it's like brilliant, like Chekhov's gun, where like the scene starts with him just trying to make ramen, and the scene ends with it too. But it'd be one thing if he's just like going to it, but the fact that it is with the erasers and all that shit too, it's just
Yeah.
icing on the cake, you know.
It's like everything's got to be like a moment, you know. It's like
Exactly.
everything's got to be a moment.
You could feel the hunger, you know. It's
yeah.
like everything's got to
Fucking
be
so
great.
Cool.
That scene where he's like walking through the courtyard and he steps on shit and it turns into
Turns
him
to
doing
like
a
Michael,
dance
yeah,
move.
like Michael Jackson
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, it starts playing the music. And
Yeah.
shit too.
Dude, that outfit was so cool too.
Oh, his fashion throughout the
Yeah.
whole movie, man. The jackets, the teal whatever shit, turquoise, the long sleeve.
the sweater,
Yeah.
yeah, that shit was cool. I
He
like
looks
his,
like he's
his
from
sense
the
of style was
future.
cool.
Bro, this is my point to like what I hate about Jackie Chan in American movies. Where the fuck were the fits in all the other movies?
Yeah.
Where the fuck were the fits in the tuxedo?
The studio
It
bullshit.
was just,
man.
well, I guess it was a tuxedo. It was
All
a
the-
tuxedo. That was the fit.
All the American movies, though, I feel like he is wearing a tuxedo because you got Rush Hour, where he's like wearing a suit for like most of the movie, and all the shit. I don't know.
No, thing is, see, this is like, you can't ever, whenever you want to think of like a Jackie Chan American movie, you're like, what is that fucking movie that he was in? And I'm like trying to think, I'm like, I can't think of any cool fits. Like, okay, he has a suit, but he was really wearing fits, like street gear,
yeah.
Jackie Chan, fashion icon. And then what he was doing, like the video where he was teaching you how to do the choreography for stunts. He had like the little yellow get up. He had it tied off. And I was like, yo, this man's over here serving looks. He's never served me looks when he came to America. Where is this? They defanged Jackie Chan. That's
It's
my
fucked up.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory.
That reminds me of the story you told me, Norby, about your friend who just came here from America, but he thought Americans were
Oh,
like,
Hung.
cowboy shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
my Vietnamese friend Hung. He came over to America at like age 12, and he thought Americans were all just like cowboys, cause like that's just like all the media he saw of Americans in Vietnam. And he made like a little outfit, a little cowboy outfit, and he got on the plane dressed like as a cowboy. And when he saw the Americans, just like normal fucking people, he was like, "Oh, I fucked up. I'm actually a fucking retard."
So I imagine Jackie Chan. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm finally in a Western movie. You know,
Yeah.
put me in a tuxedo."
Yeah, but I mean, like fucking American studios. I don't like their costume design choices a lot of the time. Like Jackie Chan's choices are fucking. All his fits were good.
So when you guys are growing up, was there a debate between like who was better between Jackie Chan and Jet Li?
Jet Li.
You-
I don't think people talk about Jet
Not
Li
really.
as much.
No.
I feel like in the 2000s, Jet Li was on his shit. You know what I mean? He had that movie with Aaliyah, Fearless, all that stuff.
Jet Li has.
Black people like Jet Li.
That's what I'm like. That's why I've been like. As I get older, I'm like, is Jet Li a black thing? I'm like, because I like talk about Jet Li. I'm like, yo, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, right? It was woo. Everybody's like, no, it's Jackie Chan. I'm like, I don't think so. I was like, Jet Li had a movie with DMX.
Yeah.
He had 2 movies with DMX. Like like Jackie Chan to me doesn't have a Cradle to the Grave. He doesn't have a Romeo Must Die, and those are like his American movies. He doesn't have like those like where I'm like, yeah, you remember back in the day when we used to like chill and watch Rumble in the Bronx. Nobody says that.
Sure. I mean, yeah,
It's like
sure.
honestly his movies that he didn't make here are like I think more classically received. Like
Yeah.
I think more people talk about Police Story and Drunken Master, movies like that, than they do any of his movies after Rumble in the Bronx. I don't remember any of them.
I feel like it's who's a good example of this? Like a M. Night Shyamalan thing where like you come out so high and so strong that like, like obviously he does his own thing where he kind of like fucked himself over, but like people are expecting, oh, Sixth Sense guy, what is he gonna do, Jackie Chan, you know, police story guy, he does his thing, and when he comes over here, I don't know, he's older too. I don't know. It's a good 20 years before he started his career over here.
How many of the American movies did he direct and write?
I don't think he directed it. He only did. He's only done like the Chinese language.
I was about to say because that's totally why I mean like the Americans just totally nerfed him.
Yeah.
Yo, Jackie Chan, I felt like would always, no matter what, and it's like, there is like he fights defensively in every movie, but it's just like a difference in Police Story where there's like just a built up like, yo, this guy is waiting to beat your ass. Like he doesn't want to because he's a police officer, but yo, if you keep pushing him, he's gonna do some shit to you. But like in all those American movies, it's just like kind of like even when he has a good reason to beat your ass, it's like always like whoop, 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 and it's like, nah, man, Jackie, whoop those asses. But Jet Li, man, Jet Li would be fucking beating the shit out of black people embarrassingly, and that shit was great. That shit was the best shit. Like there was a movie, Cradle to the Grave. For the first, I swear to God, 30 minutes of the movie, the only action you ever see Jet Li pull off is slapping black people. Like he doesn't use his feet. He just like stands like this, with his hand behind his back. And whenever black people try to swing at him, just. It's like, yo, y'all gotta leave this dude alone. And then there's the Romeo Must Die scene where they're fucking like playing football. Yeah. Where Anthony Anderson's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck this little Chinese dude ass up. And I was like, yo, this Jet Li, man, I don't know about that. And Jet Li was just doing just martial arts and fucking all these black dudes up. And I was like, yo, Jet Li's really, I don't know Jackie Chan could go out there and do that shit. I don't know. Jackie would be like, oops, oops, oops. And these dudes not out here to play that shit. Like you gotta dominate people sometimes, Jackie.
Yeah, I don't know. It might just be their styles or.
You remember the collar movie, Fearless? The collar movie. You take off his collar. Morgan Freeman takes off his collar. Fucking Jet Li, we take off the collar. He's beating the fuck out of everybody there. I don't know why he had emotional trauma. It was real. It was weird. It wasn't a great movie. But you take off his collar. Was that? You don't like Fearless? It wasn't bad, but I mean, the premise that he just took off his collar. That dude just why? You just took off his collar. You turned homicidal. Where the like? Was that like the mental leash?
The mental leash.
You know, it's like, you know, you unbutton your shirt, you know.
I guess.
Take off
man.
the jacket.
Yeah, I take off my shirt. I'm ready to fight. But that's just like more to signify, like, dominance. I don't turn homicidal. Like once I do, I'm like, yo, once this comes off, everybody here is getting fucked up. Everybody here is getting kicked in the face once this comes off.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I won't control it.
Wouldn't that be cool to build that kind of reputation? It's like you take off your shirt. It's like you're about to press like the button for a nuke. People in the room just
People
clear
like,
the fuck
yo,
out.
I see one app. God, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was when he came back to America. I guess like he's just like, I'm just gonna make money now, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess, you know, he doesn't have anything else to prove.
Yeah.
Maybe like he just didn't have as much like creative control.
That's probably it.
projects.
Man, that's probably it. And he was probably just like, fuck it, I'll sacrifice creative control for just, you know.
What, I guess his dream, right? A career in Hollywood.
American dream, yeah. So he said, fuck it, but
That's sad.
yeah, cause that dude, fucking Police Story. I mean, just like the first action scene was just seriously mind blowing. The fact that you're looking at all this like what would be like CGI nowadays, but it's like all real. Like you're seeing it actually happen. It's almost like looking at like a gore video. You know, it's exciting. It's like, wow, they actually did this. This is real.
It's still crazy to me that this movie, you know, it was made. You know, everything's for real. You know, it's.
There's probably not going to be another Police Story.
No,
You know? They wouldn't make it now, really.
I would like to say that I would like to disagree with just an earlier comment that Anthony made that this is indeed Jackie Chan's magnum opus. Yeah, I know it's not actually gonna be the film that you think I'm gonna say, but the peak of Jackie Chan was actually Rush Hour 2.
I actually think it was Kung Fu Panda.
I see why you would say that.
Monkey.
But you see, the thing about Rush Hour is it's actually all things you're talking about, like the persona of who Jackie Chan was in America. The Rush Hour is when they start deconstructing who Jackie Chan is as a character in films.
It's meta.
It's very meta, and so they juxtapose him against this large black man who you're like, yo, this dude should be able to handle L.A. more than Jackie Chan does. But you see very early on that Jackie Chan is actually more than capable of handling for himself.
Hell
And then
yeah.
Rush Hour 2 is when you see it completely flip. Where now we're in Jackie Chan's world. And he says it in the movie where he's like, I'm Michael now. And you're and you're Toto. And he's like, it's Tito, man. And so, and just aside from that, it being a cinematic masterpiece.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to argue against Rush Hour 2 being this magnum opus.
That was a damn good
Rebuttal.
that was a damn good rebuttal. Damn good points you made there.
How do you feel about Rush Hour 3?
Trash.
I need to watch more American Jackie Chan just to compare.
Now you gotta watch more.
More of the
this
OG
is your
stuff.
only OG one, right?
There's one, I saw a clip of a Jackie Chan movie a long time ago where it's like he's wearing like this black vest, like his arms are totally exposed. You know, he's got like big hair, and he's like out in like the desert kind of.
Yeah,
but-
that's the one he made right after Police Story.
Okay, because that one looked
I
cool
forget
too.
what it's called, but yeah, that was like his follow up.
Gotcha. Okay, that one looks cool.
I think it's called
Watch it.
the. No, that's an American one, right? Doesn't he have an American one called like the Medallion, Golden?
Mhm. He's wearing a black shirt though. He's wearing a Simon Cowell shirt though. And he's getting a little bit up there in age, so he's like how Simon Cowell pokes out a little bit. It's a little bit too tight, but that's the early 2000s, man.
Early 2000s. Yeah, dude, but fucking. We also really stoned when we watched that movie.
He's almost 70.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
Wow.
born in the 50s.
Yeah.
He's born like 1954.
Wow, I didn't know that. He's a boomer.
Yeah.
Straight up, he's a boomer.
Yeah, that's not that surprising.
I just didn't think.
Oh, yeah,
I just wasn't thinking of him as a boomer. Yeah, he's a boomer.
He's got such a nice smile.
He does. Yeah. I think of Jackie Chan almost like how I think about Hasbulla.
Who?
Has
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You're giving him a look.
I don't even understand
Hasbulla is the midget Russian fighters
Oh,
who have like high pitched
Oh.
voice. they look like they're 4 years old, but they're actually like 18.
I thought it was like a
17.
terrorist group. That's why I was like, what?
No, the internet. There's a faction of the internet that's like obsessed with Hasbulla more than I am. So
I feel like Police Story turns into that movie once you've seen it a few times, where it's like every so often you're like, oh shit, let me watch Police Story.
For real,
You
yeah.
know?
It's,
Let me
it's,
sit
it's,
back.
it's so fun. It is one of those that has, to me at least, endless replay. You know, rewatch value.
It's kind of timeless.
yeah,
That
look,
really
just looking back at the images in my head, it just gets me excited.
You hear the song in your head.
Yeah.
So what's the scene in Fast 5 where they go? Is it when they're in Brazil?
Yeah, they're in Rio.
Is it the scene where he's going or Dwayne the Rock Johnson is jumping through buildings? Is that the same sequence?
I think that takes place at the same time, but because while he's fucking running through the walls, Dominic Toretto, the leader of the gang, you know, he just robbed, I don't know, the biggest bank in Rio.
Yeah.
And so he's like carrying this huge like cube of money behind him,
Cube.
blasting through the city, and then it turns into where he runs through like, you know, some poor people village.
This is playing on
but like down a hill and shit like that. Oh, Fast 9. I'm gonna check it out. I'll probably talk about it next.
Did they?
podcast.
Okay.
How did they do that? Did it look like CGI or something?
It's definitely CGI.
Oh, gotcha.
The one I thought of was Bad Boys 2. Just takes it where they're in Cuba, and it's like the climax of the movie, and they gotta like escape with like his sister, and they just drive through the fucking ghetto of Cuba,
Yeah.
just all the way to like the American embassy or like American whatever the fuck it was. And I was like, yo, I was always that scene sticking out in my head, like, yo, they just driving through these ghettos like it's nothing. Like people don't. I was like, how many people do they kill? They gotta kill a bunch of people. And then watching this movie, I was like, oh, Jackie was the first one to think of that shit.
Hell yeah, man.
And that scene is crazy too, cause like, you know, they only got one try at that shit. You know.
Yeah.
but there's like 30 different shots, you know. So like they got cameras everywhere, literally everywhere. And
How much does this movie cost?
I'm not sure. You have to look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick.
I'm not gonna say it was an enormous budget, but I want to say for the time in Hong Kong, it was fairly expensive.
Definitely.
Look, yeah. That mall scene at the end too, like that had to.
Yeah, just in extras. Yeah, that's another thing cool. There's just extras like everywhere for the most part,
All right.
except for I guess the intimate scene.
How many of the stunts do you think you guys would do? Like if you're making a movie, like as your first feature, how many of those stunts do you think you'd be willing to do?
Like as an actor in it?
As an
or-
actor in it, yeah. Like as Jackie Chan.
See,
how
I
many
mean-
of Jackie Chan's stunts would you do?
Maybe
See, like would and could are like two different
Yeah,
things. Cause like
And then you could just get into that.
like on
yeah.
my heart, like in my heart, like yeah, I want to commit myself and do the shit. But like I just feel
Right,
it's
yeah.
like as a specimen, you know, Jackie Chan. It's like I just feel like maybe I gotta believe in myself more, where he can just do things that I can't do.
Even the easy ones are like, you can seriously like kill yourself probably.
yeah, jump into down the escalator.
Yeah, I was just thinking that one. Like,
I could, and I want to qualify this with, because I can't. There's a lot of things I can't do. So I would the one I can do, and I want to qualify this on afraid of heights. I would jump through down that pole.
You would?
I could, yeah.
That's doable.
that one
That's
you like-
doable. I could do it.
That
It's
one's
just,
doable.
It's just a withstanding pain thing,
Yeah.
you know. Now what
Ah.
I can't do is when he lands and gets up and starts swinging
starts
again.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
fucking
he
insane.
broke like 3 ribs.
No, we got to
On
cut
that
after
scene.
that. We got to chill. For
Even
like a
though he
week.
like runs out, like he like got
with
fucking like,
with that same energy, dude.
I
Just
could.
like just,
That's
got
the only.
that,
So
the adrenaline from the
would that
broken
be actually
ribs.
part of me doing the stunt? Do I have to like land and
Yes.
start?
yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah.
Jackie
No,
did
never
it.
If you,
mind.
if you could do
No,
it like Jackie Chan,
no, I
would you
didn't.
guys do the one where the car's going through the village and at the end, like it comes out that last.
that one doesn't
the
seem
last
too
building.
bad. Where he's like,
Yeah, he's just kind of
'cause you
strolling.
could it's a different shot, so they
Yeah.
probably shot it later.
Yeah.
Or like it's not an actual continuous thing of the
Yeah.
village. That one seems not too bad.
Where he like crashes the car, then gets out.
Yeah, but like wasn't there one outtake where the car rolled over or something like that?
Oh fuck yeah,
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 it
the
was.
car did flip.
Yeah,
What about the bus? Would you do the shit with the
Oh,
bus?
dude, so
where he's
I
hanging
would-
by the umbrella?
that shit.
Oh, no.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about
I don't
that.
have the strength, you know.
Yeah.
I think I could do it for. I could do it for like
A period
maybe
of
like
time.
2-3 takes.
See that's
I don't know how many takes they did of that. You know.
Like there's that scene too where like the bus takes like a sharp turn and he fucking flies.
Yeah.
Like you let go and you're fucking dead, dude.
that umbrella scene is like. I think that's Buster Keaton. That's when I was saying like
That's straight
that's
up,
when he
yeah.
was saying like, "Yo, I'm really this Buster Keaton as you." That's like a direct like homage to what he was doing. And that just makes me think when Jackie was doing it, like, yo, this guy was doing this in like the fucking like flapper days, like the Great Depression era.
Yeah.
And he's like hanging off fucking buses. I fucking just forgot his name. I just said
Buster
him.
Keaton.
Buster Keaton. When did he start making films, Anthony?
In the 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the Great Depression, this dude's over here hanging off buses. Like, the ab work he had to have had.
I mean, you saw him naked, you know.
Jackie
I'm talking about Buster Keaton. I was like, I didn't see Buster Keaton. I ain't never seen Buster Keaton.
Jackie
naked.
Chan, like he's in good shape, but he isn't like I wouldn't say he's like super buff.
What?
Nah.
This
I
dude,
mean,
this
he-
dude is
he's
in-
in- he's in-
He's ripped.
he's-
He's ripped.
Yeah,
He's ripped.
he's in as good as
But,
a
like,
shape you can be for.
You think
not being
of
on
like
steroids.
Arnold at the time. you
Yeah,
know?
Arnold was on
yeah.
steroids.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan's way more impressive.
Yeah.
That's just like work. This dude just a fucking stone. That's
Yeah.
it. He's just
People who are like
glass.
there's like bodybuilders usually use like
They
it's just
use-
lifting
yeah,
heavy shit.
yeah.
Like they don't do anything with their body. That's like calisthenic stuff. Jackie Chan's like a master of
He's like
calisthenics.
CrossFit.
That's like an
Yeah.
aesthetic choice you just chose there. And like I don't like that. Like I like that cut shit. That real cut shit.
But yeah, he's
That's
like,
why I like that fucking Fight Club shit.
You're a little bit lanky in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just real natural looking physique. You know, it's like
Yeah.
no steroids, no drugs.
It just feels like you just like you were born with the best genetics. and,
Yeah.
you know, which is I guess more admirable than Arnold. I feel like to me I give Stallone a bit more leeway. I feel like he's a good in between.
Yeah, he
I don't know
is.
if I mean. In
Rocky.
Demolition Man, you
Yeah,
know,
Rocky. He
that
looks
guy
good. He looks great in
is
Rocky.
fucking
He looks
shredded.
fucking really good in Rocky.
Wait, have you seen
to the
Demolition
Stallone.
Man?
The one where he goes to the future with
Yeah,
Dude, the premise for Demolition Man seems fucking crazy.
That's like the last like where he's actually in like peak condition. But dang, see that one, you're like, man, inspires you to start working out.
He has a sex scene. He has a sex scene with Sandra Bullock, where it's like all telepathic.
But it's all consent too. Like they have to consent to everything that's going on. Like
In Demolition Man?
yeah.
Isn't it like...
It just fucks him up. Like he's just like, yo, I can't believe you did that to me. Oh shit! He's like, well, you fuck my brain. It's not right. Well, back Monday, we get down, we fuck. I'll take you out. I get you good. Take a dinner. Get you good and spicy with drinks. I come home and we fuck the man and woman, and you in my brain.
Those actual lines from the movie?
No, not at all. That was basically it. That's basically it. He was like, he did say some shit about going back in the day.
I want to watch that movie pretty bad.
It's a crazy movie.
It's like the world got so futuristic and like world peace and shit that
Basically-
there's like no death, right?
I said after the podcast.
Yeah. All right, also, let's get back to the police story.
Hilarious.
Well, I guess what's you guys' favorite either action sequence or just scene overall?
I really like the bus.
the bus.
The bus.
The
is
bus,
cool.
yeah.
I think the first scene that really, in the beginning, like just watching it, like you get the opening credits and then they're explaining the situation. I thought at first they're just like explaining it to the audience, and then it shows like, oh, you're in like a brief. I mean, they were explaining it to the audience, but like it's also a brief room, and like the way like just the way everybody looks sitting in there was really intense. Is like everybody gets their folders, like all right, everybody knows their job. All right, now shred.
Yeah,
it.
then
You have to
shred
remember
them.
it. You have to remember it. It's like this is really intense. Then it goes to the shootout. Really got my attention because it shows the one police officer, and he's just like all fidgety and like freaking the fuck out. It's like
Yeah, that's
it's
really
like
funny.
I've never seen like freaking out in like a shootout like quite like that. I mean, they kind of have it in like Saving Private Ryan with like shell shock and shit, but this is just like it just felt like I don't know. It just felt really real to me. I don't know. Maybe I was just too stoned, but seeing that, I was like, man, I've never seen a shootout like this. Normally they just show people killing each other, but like you were focusing on this one guy just like shooting a mirror,
They go back. There's an actual back and forth. There's a rally,
Yeah.
of like it's not just like nonstop shooting. They have to find a place to hide, and they have to. There's an A and a B spot. They have to progress forward, and a lot of times it is just kind of like two spots shooting.
I liked having that character freak out really made like juxtaposing it to Jackie Chan was like fucking sick because you haven't seen what Jackie Chan can do. You just see like, oh, he's doing pretty good in this shootout. He's calm. He's like shooting people, and he's like, all right, you need to stay here and watch this guy. I'm gonna go chase after the guys. And he just like he shoots around the corner. He just fucking charges like right into gunfire. It's like, dude, this guy's fucking ballsy.
It's just shooting around the corner without looking. He's
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, yo, they're citizens.
and isn't there a line who's like, didn't they train us to look before shooting? He's like, did they tell the enemy that?
yeah. Oh man, and then dude, the fucking the fact that Jackie like just because you don't know who the police are, you don't know who Jackie Chan is, like you don't know who the character is, and it feels like when he's like onto these bad guys and he's like really chasing them, it just feels like he's like almost like a hero. It's like he's been waiting his whole like life for this fucking moment. He's on it. He's like, I'm gonna be the fucking best police superhero.
He sprints like it.
And he sprints like he's determined to like fucking prove himself. And then like, oh god, like even like when after the whole like the car going through the village and it stops at the end, like he just gets out the car and he's just like booking it. Yeah. It's just I really like the energy in this a lot. In case you couldn't tell.
What about you, Kareem?
He
What's
runs
your
down the
favorite
bus.
scene?
He runs
fucking
really
crazy.
runs down the bus.
My favorite scene is where his cop buddy breaks into the house and is like pretending to try to like murder her.
Oh, that seems fun.
It's such a great because you're setting it up that the entire time. Like I'm like, yo, these dudes have a really intricate plan out here. Like they're like really setting her up.
Yeah.
And like because it sets you up too though, where you're like, yo, dude, Jackie, get in the house. Get in the house, man. The killer's inside. And like just the like at first where he's going, I'm like, yo, this dude's too goofy.
Yeah, at first you think it's just like the movie's goofy, like
Yeah.
you think that it's just a bad performance, and then it's actually genius.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a subversive scene. You're like, yo, this is kind of goofy. I don't know if this movie is actually really all that. I'm like, oh, Jackie, you slide. And then when she's just like, and it pays off at the end where she's like knocking him out, and he's like, oh, you gotta stand up, don't pass out. She's like, no, I'll get him again. It's like that. It's like a common comedy trope,
Yeah.
but it's never like the way they built it up for like, and it's not even in that scene. They build it up like throughout the entire movie. Really, it's trying to tell tight the script is.
Dude, that part's so fucking good.
Fucking
Dude,
great.
there's so many good parts, man. This movie is so just flat out so good. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, oh. Yeah, this movie had my attention like pretty solidly. But like I think my favorite action piece was definitely like the first 15 minutes. That was like for me watching Scott Pilgrim for the first time as like a 10-year-old. This is like constantly just like mind blowing.
You can feel this film all over like Edgar Wright's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah.
I'd say.
Totally. Yeah. It has like there's just you can feel energy. You know, and Police Story has like, I would say Police Story has more intense energy than some of Edgar Wright's. Most of Edgar Wright's stuff though. I really felt it here.
Yeah. So I guess you want to sum it up?
Sure. Yeah. Do you guys want to give it a rating? We usually go around and we give it like a rating.
Yeah.
We have like our own. rating.
Everyone's got their own scale, Kareem. Don't worry. Just
Yeah, you could do whatever you want, or you just give it like a 10. Do it out of 10.
Cool.
All right, Anthony, you recommended it. You go ahead, give it a rating.
let me think. I'll give this one an 85 out of 73.
Wait, what?
Police stories.
You said 85 out of 73?
You
Yeah,
give it
this-
like an A plus plus plus
A
plus.
plus.
Oh, you're on
Extra credit.
Okay.
Yeah, extra credit.
Blew my mind.
Jackie Chan earned extra credit.
I was like, what kind of math are you doing?
All right, Kareem, do you want to rate it real quick?
I'll give it a solid 325 out of 400.
Tight.
If this was like an album, and like I'm rating it on the John scale of like how many songs I remember.
How many scenes do you remember?
Yeah, like I remember most of them.
Yeah.
It was really. I'm not like an action fan. I don't watch many action movies, so this is probably my favorite action movie.
It's
You know?
probably like
Really
one of the best
intense
ones you
one.
could choose.
Yeah.
Flat out. Doesn't get much better. So
Yeah.
What would you rate it?
Yeah,
What'd you
put
rate
it up there.
Yeah.
Like on a scale like the 10, like 8.5 or 9,
Okay. Cool.
around there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would give this like a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is like you can't top that. You can't make a new police
It's so
story.
complete.
Like if there was like a remake of like a revamp of Police Story, it's like that's like a joke thing, you know. I don't know. It's just you can't do it.
It feels like a movie to look up to of its genre.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
They fucking will, yeah.
Just wait.
They got Police Story locked down.
Police Story meets Iron Man.
Is he like in all the spin-offs and shit?
He's in the first. There's an original trilogy like from the 80s. And yeah, Maggie Chung's and all of them too and all that. There's there's a fourth one, but I don't know if he's in that shit.
Oh, gotcha.
It's pretty recent, like in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but yeah, Police Story I think is like I don't know. They don't make action movies like that. They don't.
It was a thank you movie.
Oh man, and real quick, the last scene where he beats up the bad guy.
Oh,
And the
fuck
cops
yeah!
let him, dude. That shit was so fucking cool. Like in an American movie, they wouldn't let him do that. You know, there's like, due process.
He wouldn't
right?
even fight him. Yeah. Due
Due
process.
process. You
Yeah.
gotta stop. He's like, you can't lower yourself to his level and shit. You know. But they're just like, I was like, all right, yeah, we didn't
He
see
pushed
anything.
his girl
And he
down
fucking
the
just-
stairs, you know?
Fuck
He did.
that part was so fucking cool.
Didn't he kick her?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to beat that guy's ass at that point.
Yeah, for
He's
real.
over here. He's violating in a way he doesn't need to violate.
Yeah.
And then his like weasel lawyer comes too, and it's like just like, shut up, shut up. Damn.
All right, yeah. Okay, so let's move on. What was next?
The best movie ever.
Yeah, the Holy Mountain. Okay, the Holy Mountain. So I recommended this one just because I've heard so much about it from Elijah. I've heard about it from a few other people. I've heard about it online. I've seen trailers of it. I've seen trailers of El Topo, and I even watched a few videos on El Topo like a long time ago.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I was like I know I gotta watch this guy, and so I recommended it. We watched it on Friday. And it's what you guys think.
Is it the best movie ever, Norby?
I think it's the best circus movie ever made. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Damn, I missed the old Norby.
Who are you, dude?
How does it go again? I miss the old Norby.
At that time, I'd like to meet.
Pre and post Holy Mountain.
Pre and post Holy Mountain. I really like talking about that movie though. That
Which
movie was
one?
fun to talk. Holy Mountain.
No,
Talking about the
see,
movie afterwards was
Oh,
fun.
Yeah,
yeah,
our
yeah.
conversation after
That was like the
more
peak
enjoyable
one, yeah.
Yeah.
than the movie.
This will be like a reflection on that conversation in
Yeah.
a way.
All right, Kareem.
Yeah,
Kareem,
let's- I wanna
this
hear.
is
You know what? So as you guys know, my original opinion of Holy Mountain wasn't too holy.
Holy
But
Mountain,
after you
not
know it a
holy.
while, sitting with it yesterday, it was cool. It wasn't
Tight,
bad. It
tight.
wasn't bad.
Did it
Like,
take
I was
2
like,
times?
Yeah, you know what? No, I think knowing like what was gonna happen, being like, okay, I can like maybe like focus a little bit more on like what the meaning behind everything is, except just sitting here being like, well, what the fuck is this? Because I don't like read about like a movie before watching it often, so I was just like, yeah, I don't fucking know what's going on right now. What's he trying? I don't understand what he's trying to tell me. And then like the butthole, I was like, yo, he's getting a little bit too. Like that's like when you first watch it, I'm like, yo, he's getting a little bit too deep at Bo. This guy's good.
When he's like washing his asshole.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. And then you like when you explain it, I'm like, okay, that's a little bit okay. But I think, and then like reading more about him like afterwards,
Yeah, it was
and, like,
interesting.
I was like, okay, this guy had like a pretty traumatic life. He had a pretty like, I guess like
Product
he's
of
like a
rape.
product. Yeah, he's a product
Yeah.
of rape, and that's like I was like, yeah, man, it's gonna do some things to you.
Yeah.
And, but like and like explaining like all like it's just a Wikipedia explaining like how like he hated like Americans and the church and everything. I mean, and there's flaws within the movie, but I think there's things that can be
Yeah.
appreciated about the movie too.
There's totally
Yeah.
flaws with this movie, 100%. But I think for me, this movie was so enjoyable because it's like I really like watching movies where it's like I'm constantly thinking. You know, it's like I'm looking at images and I'm like connecting with like just random bits of information I already know about like, you know, history or like religion. It's just like it's really just making me think and trying to piece together like this map and like what he's trying to say. And like looking at the images, you can see like this dude came from like a background where it's like it's clearly like circus inspired. And so I just like trying to like piece it together. It really feels like a puzzle, and I enjoy movies like that. Especially like the first act. Around like after the first act, when it gets into like the planets and stuff, that stuff like the pacing there kind of like is like hit or miss at certain parts. But like the first act for me was pretty entertaining.
See, like my problem like with even like some of like trying to piece like all like the mental image, like the visual and mental images together, like trying to think about it, is like sometimes I'm like, is it worth thinking about that much? I was like, it's kind of like I was like some of it like even like because there's like a lot of, and I grew up going to church, and there's like a lot of like religious
Totally, yeah.
references like throughout the entire thing, and like when he like goes up the tower, it's like God forsakes humanity, where it's like he has like he could feed everybody like with the loaves of bread, and like could feed the multitudes. Instead, he goes up the hook to the tower to see like the alchemist,
Right.
and it's like, yeah, that's kind of like I could see where like maybe you thought like that was like the most powerful statement that could be made, and you're like, yo, visually. And the thing is, there is an accomplishment that I was able to like understand like everything that you were saying, and like without trying to explain it to me through words, through dialogue. But also, I'm like, I don't think it's that deep. I was like, I don't think that's that deep of a statement. I don't see what you're going for there. Maybe it's me. I was like, I don't think that's that deep of a statement.
Yeah, it's not really. I didn't see it as something like trying to really give like a too big a message. It reminds me of like Harmony Korine, where it's like he's not really trying to get like a message all the time. Like there's like stuff that implies a message, but it's more like just like about getting a reaction. It's like getting you to feel something, you know.
See,
Like that's just what entertainment is. Like,
and I think
get you
that's
to feel
like
something.
well, actually, like because when I came over here to watch it, I was pissed about something that like was happening at work, and I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to fucking enjoy these movies, man. I'm thinking about this shit the entire time. And it was like 30 minutes through like Holy Mountain. I was like not even thinking about that shit, and like I was like riding home. I'm just like thinking about Holy Mountain. Like the next day, I was like, shit. I was like, yo, that shit is actually like very. I was like, you that shit sticks with you.
It does.
Yeah.
Like I was like thinking about images. I'm like not even thinking about dialogue. I'm so over like, I wonder what he meant when he was boiling him alive in his shit. I wonder if we all had to live through our own shit
I
to
really,
get through the other side.
I really like that. Like when the excrement turns to gold.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like what you're saying, where it's like, is it really something that's like that deep?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because it's like a really simple, like kind of like logically fallacious statement. Like you were saying, like you can't turn like shit into gold, But the idea of like being like a bottomed out person that can like achieve something greater, it's nice to think about, you know. And that's
It's
like
life affirming.
that's the whole point of the movie, is like, I feel it's like enlightenment, ascension, like a form of moral ascension, you know.
To me,
Yeah.
what I find so interesting is I don't know, maybe this is more about like my own philosophy or views on the world or whatever, that like
That's what the Holy Mountain
I
does.
feel like that's kind of what like enlightenment or like, you know, wisdom kind of is. It's like, sure, there's deep things out there, but a lot of times like I see someone I kind of respect or whatever, like, you know, that seems more enlightened than I am, at least. And yeah, they're not saying shit that seems like wildly out of like my like viewpoint of like of the world of existence, you know. It's just like they think the same or similar things to me. They just apply it in a way that I haven't yet, and that's how this movie feels. We're like, yeah, he's saying shit or whatever. It's just like he's putting it in a way that I have never seen, you know.
Okay.
There's a talent for doing that.
Oh yeah, totally. I was about to ask you guys. I just thought about this because it's such a. I don't even. Do you think this movie takes itself seriously? It's kind of it's kind of almost hard to answer because it's like it does and it doesn't almost.
That's where it's like the true enjoyment of this movie is if like I don't think that it takes itself like I have to like remove myself because there's such like the visual like achievements of the movie demands that it was taken very seriously.
Yeah.
But there's also just like so many scenes where you're like, ain't no way, ain't no
The
way.
scene-
Like this fucking monkey in a church with a bunch of chicks.
Yeah.
Yo,
The scene
what was that monkey doing there?
Yeah.
where he has like the jaguar heads and the milk's
Yeah.
coming out.
There can't
When
be no
his
deeper meaning.
assholes,
It's just
it's just weird.
It's
Yeah.
just weird. But you
Yeah.
know, but you know what? It's like you were saying, it's like a sense thing. Like that's arresting. Like you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
You've never
Yeah.
seen something
No.
like that
Yeah.
before. You're like, what the fuck? You know, where like the cows are fucking and then the
Yeah.
girl just gets like fucking like
that was last one.
she gets like paper mache come on her face basically.
Oh
like-
yeah.
This movie isn't worth. This movie isn't worth animal sex. That's where I'm like, yo,
That was great,
This
man.
ain't the payoff, man. This ain't the payoff you think it is, bro. I'm not that happy right now watching this movie.
I've never seen that in a movie.
It reminds me
Animal
of
sex?
No, there's like a
Yeah,
there's
Cow
a-
sex.
I'm yeah. I never knew
There's
how
a
their
reason,
sexual
Nick,
organs
there's a
worked
reason.
until that moment.
I don't like that shit.
But it reminds me of this Tarkovsky quote where like I guess like when he'd be on set making movies and shit like that, they would like use other movies as reference, like, oh, we're trying to like get a
Okay.
shot like
Yeah,
this or whatever.
totally, yeah.
And he'd be like, fuck that, I hate that. If you think it's already been in a movie, I don't want that in my movie. I only
Oh,
want things
okay.
that's never been in a movie before. And that's kind of how this feels, but like from someone who's like from the circus, you know,
Yeah.
where he's like, but it doesn't even feel like so like I guess aggressive as like that one statement. It just feels more like, yeah, we could do it like that, but what if we did it like that?
In a way, I don't think he's trying to be like it's obviously something that's like kind of controversial, but I don't think he's trying to like come off as edgy. I
Yeah.
think that's just like who he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like those are like that's just what comes out of like his heart.
The
man.
movie feels earnest.
Yeah.
And like in the same way that I would call like a Vincent Gallo movie earnest, because it feels like it's just like from him.
Yeah.
Because like he's in the fucking movie, you know. Like I was talking to Kareem about this. Like it'd be one thing if like he had this alchemist character like telling like, you know, these like leaders and Jesus like, you know, the life and shit like
Yeah.
that, you know, wiping this dude's ass. But the fact that it is Alejandro Jodorowsky, you know, doing all this shit, you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
He's dedicated.
He is the alchemist that's going to take Jesus to a higher understanding. He was like, yo, who can we cast? I know, don't even. I got it.
What'd you guys think of the Jesus character?
Okay, oh, so he's a thief, right? So like,
Yeah.
I guess do you guys pull anything Jesus and thief? I don't know.
I maybe poor,
I feel
where it's like you have to
Um,
steal for like bodily like physical well-being, I guess, but I don't really know
Why
like
would he make
I
him a
felt
thief?
like relating it to like thievery. I don't know the word is for it. Theft in Jesus. I took it more from like, yeah, Jesus might have just been a dude who like really was just like important, like positive, whatever shit, and had a cool message, and then people would just steal that and like do their other thing. And that's why there's like a billion
Oh.
Christian churches. And shit
that.
like
That's
that.
interesting. bunch of denominations and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's a cool way to take away from it.
But I don't know if it's like that's explicitly from the movie. It's just like the thought it made me have.
But yeah.
Does Jesus?
Because in the movie, like the guy, the Jesus character, he doesn't seem to be that like holy or like
No.
like perfect. He really just seemed like a bum.
Like a
He's very
prophet.
poor.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I saw he's like a straight up representation of like Christianity. That's it. Like
Yeah.
it's just, like,
Yeah,
straight
I
up,
think
like,
so
yo,
too.
Christianity is a bunch of thieves. Like, yo, they've stolen.
Yeah.
It's like they've stolen so much. You're a thief. And like even when he's putting like money in his shit, like he's not. He's a backwards moral person.
Right. Yeah.
But he's saying like you could be what you espouse to be.
Yeah.
Basically, we can all be what we espouse to
You're
be.
right. It's also like Jesus wasn't a human. I mean, he's a human being, right?
That's-
He's a human being, right? Like he wasn't perfect, right? Like he goes and dances with a fucking crippled dude, through the city.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like doing like a normal person shit.
What do you guys think about like his like best friend?
I like that
He's
guy.
fun.
Dude, that dude was so
Yeah.
fucking tight, dude. He
When
fucking
he lights the
comes
match
out, lights
with
lights
his
it,
nubs.
smokes with Jesus Christ. That's so fucking. That dude's
Someone
fucking
said
cool.
it, but like Jesus goes from getting stoned to getting
Yeah.
stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part a lot. That was a great opening. For
It's
me.
cool how like he found like that midget too.
Yeah.
You know,
He's gonna be
like
stoned
did you
by
just
him.
know that guy or something, or like you have to go out
See, that's what I was like.
found a weirdo and put him in the movie. You know, that's so cool.
What's with these like films? They're like, yo, you guys want to get edgy? Yeah. Let's bring in some little people. Let's get some little people. We're gonna carry them around a little bit. We're gonna dance with them a little bit, and maybe they might kick like some things. Might be like, who fucking knows?
Dude, but
They
flat
make
out-
that guy fucking work though.
Dude,
You
yeah,
saw he's
flat
fucking
out.
going places.
I mean, like being from the circus though, I feel like being friends with like a little person for the first time is probably cool as fuck.
That's probably
That's gotta be like the
probably
best
normal to
feeling.
him. Like
Yeah.
his first friends probably were little people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like as a little kid, he's like making friends with like little midgets and like crippled people and like amputated people. Oh, there's also that one scene with Jesus where he's like the Romans like poison him or whatever, and he wakes up in that room, the warehouse with all the other Jesus Christ
Oh,
like wax figures. or
That
whatever.
scene's scary, where he like starts yelling.
I feel like that had a lot of like symbolism to it.
I actually-
yeah.
There's the one good thing about like this film is it has like a lot of jokes that are relevant today. And there's a joke I saw on Twitter. It's a very famous tweet in Twitter history where guys like you think Jesus gonna be cool when he comes back with him seeing himself on all those crosses? Y'all gonna give him PTSD.
Yeah.
And that's what that scene is.
Oh.
I was like, that's that joke. I was like, that's that joke. He just like wakes up. He's like, yo, my God.
I didn't think about it that way. That's fucking
The
cool.
way he yells is so like, oh,
It's so real.
yeah, that's like really great acting.
Yeah.
It looks like he's terrified,
I agree.
and seeing someone like that just puts you in like it's like ooh, it's
And-
not a good feeling.
And I guess similar to like what we were saying about Police Story, it's like the little things in this movie, like the way they like stick the tubes up his nose before they like douse him in the shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't know, it's interesting.
What do you guys think that he destroyed all the Jesus statues, but like just decided to carry one?
Maybe that's the sun.
The
Maybe
sun?
that's supposed to be like like God made a bunch of people like in his image, but then he only sent one down type of thing.
Yeah.
And then doesn't he like send them up in balloons?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
he
And
does.
then I read something where it's like that's supposed to be like Jesus going to heaven.
Oh, no joke. Interesting. I should probably read up on it.
I feel it's kind of surface level.
A little bit, but I mean,
I thought it was more like he still has to carry like his burden.
yeah,
Like, that like ties him to humanity,
yeah.
and like he's still like not quite a god, and this is like where you can achieve enlightenment. That's why he needs like the alchemist. Like there is some deep comment. Okay, so it's a good movie, guys.
Dude, there's that one part where he goes to the church or whatever, and the Pope is sleeping with like another statue of Jesus, and but he's carrying it like Jesus is carrying a statue of Jesus, and the Pope is like, get the fuck out of here, like, who the fuck are you?
So I have a question about just like the history of the movie. So like you guys were telling me like George Harrison was supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
But so when I was reading about it, it was like John Lennon watched like El Topo and was like, "Yo, this is fucking amazing. This guy has to like keep making movies," and like he funded Holy Mountain.
Oh no shit! Didn't know.
Yeah. So do you think that has like anything to do? And that has more like to do with like just like modern art in general, like the personality behind the film, the story behind the film influencing it.
It certainly helps. I'm sure. I mean, like,
Sorry, you can go.
I was just gonna say, like, music-wise. I mean, like, did you guys remember any of the music in this?
It's very like
It's
ambient.
Like, yeah,
It's just more
ethereal.
ambient,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
I
gonna say,
liked
like,
it.
it reminds me of like Martin Scorsese producing like a Safdie Brothers feature, like or someone's feature. You know, like you just get a big name to do it, and they provide the money.
Yeah.
For the most part, when you have an executive producer, though, they're not really doing the shit besides providing the money.
The movie
Yeah,
like
but
had
I mean, it's still like if there's who's a good equivalent to John Lennon? If fucking John Legend. Yeah, if Kanye West invested in you making a feature tomorrow, would that not? How much of a failure like rate would you have? Like, what would be like the spectrum for you to fail?
I don't know. That's a good question for me because he's like my
I don't
hero.
know.
No, but I'm saying in it being received by people.
Well, like, I don't know if when the Holy Mountain came out, it was like marketed as like the John Lennon produced film. You know, like sometimes like Christopher Nolan's name is on shit he has nothing to do with. You know.
But I'm saying, would it still like you would develop like a cult following just off people wanting to see what Kanye West is interested in?
Yeah.
So without maybe even earning like this cult following, you would already have a built-in fan
I
base
see
that's
what you're
coming.
saying. Yeah.
I feel like that would work like for today, but for the time that the movie came out, like there's no social media, like the internet wasn't a thing. I know, but even if it's John Lennon, the only way you get information though is like like from the TV or from like a newspaper.
We
or
live in the
something.
information age now.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little different to know like the behind the scenes shit of them until like after the fact.
I think it's cool to like research it and see like when people are connected to stuff. Like I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy. Like just seeing like names tied to certain movies and stuff is like wow, the fucking.
That's why it's owned by like ABCKO.
Interesting.
Because yeah, Alan Klein was like one of the executive producers.
I didn't know that.
So, and then that's why it was like really hard for them to. That's why like the DVD of it's just coming out now, because there was
Yeah.
like a big like legal thing
maybe
with that.
maybe Jodorowsky was also just like a music guy because like how like Pink Floyd was supposed to do all the original music for his Dune movie. So maybe he was like just
Yeah.
they all probably did drugs together.
Yeah.
Um,
It'd be cool doing. Jodorowsky definitely seems like he took a lot of drugs.
I thought some of the I think he totally did. I mean, just like people describe all of his stuff as like acid stuff.
You read the Wikipedia for it? Did you read the thing where it's like a week before they started, Jodorowsky and his wife like went. They went for like a week with this Japanese Zen master and didn't sleep.
I didn't know
Something
that.
crazy like that.
Why
yeah.
would you do that?
That's crazy.
I-
you could
getting
get,
enlightened,
you could
I
get
don't know.
brain damage from that
Why
probably.
would you even just for like preparing for like a film to like
Yeah,
shoot, like,
you
yo.
should get the most rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I feel like the movie kind of deserves its like cult classic status.
I agree.
It's
yeah.
not just like you see it and you're like, whoa.
This is
Yeah, like,
this is like
okay.
the true definition of a cult classic because like I feel like sometimes people say cult classic for movies that are actually good.
Yeah.
A lot of times a cult classic is it's not a great film, but you understand why people love this film. Like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it's not a great film.
Yeah.
But you get why people will gather in crowds to see this movie to this day. You know, feels like that. Like it's a cult classic.
I'm not saying like it's not an earned cult classic. It's more commentary on like how I feel.
Just your honest reaction.
No, it's about like how I feel about like, and because you guys said it's like they don't have social media back then, but I feel like even it was more prevalent back then, where it was like more if you were the toast of the town, that was more like in like certain art circles, like how you're considered in like modern art is like contemporary art is like being the toast of the town rather than being like Picasso who's like a genius.
Right.
So like, and I know I don't think I'm gonna get my black card vote for saying this. I know it's not a sacrilege to say this, but I feel that way sometimes about Basquiat. I'm like, was this guy? Was this guy like this just master artist, or was he like scribbling a lot? I was like, it just was the first time white people saw scribbling, and we're like, yo, this is great. And Andy had Andy Warhol behind him, the right people behind him, and it was like, yo, this Basquiat guy, he's a genius. And I'm like, if it could have just been a random other black dude who was also equally, and I don't know, maybe he's that talented. I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not from that world.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just that Andy Warhol was behind him, and he had that one Keith guy behind him, and it was like the cool time to be like Basquiat at the time.
Yeah.
And he was just the right guy to do it. And maybe that's just like sometimes that plays into how people receive your stuff.
I guess like I get where you're coming from now, because like, yeah, if John Lennon produced this film and then like at least like their circle of friends knew that, and then that's the first people who see this film, and then word kind of spreads, and so obviously they would spread to the critics and shit like that. So the initial reaction could be received as more positive or whatever shit.
Yeah.
If Kanye West is listening, man, I got some ideas, man. I just need some seed money, man.
I just watched this like leaked documentary from last year, and that's basically what happened. Where like they're talking about all this shit, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to make a movie." And then there's a clip in the documentary where he's like on the phone call with the director, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna be up really late tonight. We're gonna start shooting at 12 o'clock, so I need you to finish that script tonight."
Oh.
Yeah, I could not. If Kanye West was a director, nah, he showing up. All right, showing up. That's a nightmare. I love Kanye West. That's a nightmare, bro. This man's gonna be like, what do you mean you can't work 96 hours straight? I did 5 beats a day for 3 summers. Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm Nike, man. I'm trying to do some things, man.
Fuck Disney.
What's your favorite scene in the whole mountain?
Oh, it's a good question.
I mean, I don't know, the like little mental high you get, especially in the first. I feel like especially in the first watch, when you see like the first shot, you're like, oh, it's this movie. You know, it sets you up for something like, I don't know if it delivers on it, but like it's a great shot. But like, you know, I watched that first image, and I feel like the only thing I don't like about it is it puts me in like the wrong headspace. Like if it started with the Jesus shit, I feel like I would get that it's a bit more abstract, and I shouldn't be actually looking for like an actual story. But for like that because that's the only time we see like the whatever. I'm pretty sure it's the alchemist or whatever.
Who are those guys? Yeah, they're alchemists.
Oh no, that's just like 2 girls.
No, who was the guy with the?
That's the alchemist. That's
Swarovski,
right? Yeah.
I don't know, but I love that shot. Like it's like probably like top
It's
3
iconic.
of like the shot when you think of the movie. It's that one, the rainbow one. I don't know what else for you.
Yeah,
guys.
Elijah and I were talking about that scene. It just feels like it doesn't need to be there at all. It's just kind of like a prologue. It's like Elijah literally said, like it's like a things to come sort of thing, where it's like, it's like people getting stripped of like their clothes, their hair, and and like their identity.
They look
because of Jodorowsky.
Yeah, it's the overture of like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
thematic overture of like this is what the characters are essentially going to happen.
Exactly.
It looks beautiful too. Just like that background of kind of like a spade. Spade
that's
against
one
white.
thing I love about the movies in terms of like production design. Like these are huge sets.
It's amazing, yeah.
And so
that rainbow thing is like
for real
fucking huge. It's like an
For
actual
real.
warehouse.
It looks like another world.
Yeah.
Visually, everything in the movie is just like wow.
Yeah,
It's pretty insane. Yeah.
That's where I was like, yo, where do they build these sets? Like,
Mexico, it's got.
I feel like
definitely not. I don't think not here.
It had like
like
the biggest budget too for like a Mexican movie
Oh,
at the
did it?
time.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
you gotta like put like some of the sets in like a museum or something. Like people
I
can
hope-
like
I
walk
hope
and
it is.
visit them.
I low key feel like they had like one huge warehouse that they just kept on repainting, because like they all kind of feel like not like the same size, but to me it just gave that vibe.
You know what they should do? This is where they fuck up, man. That's why I'm glad we live in this corporate time right now. The Holy Mountain World. It's like Disneyland, but for the Holy Mountain.
Whoa.
It'd be like a big circus world.
You gotta like take drugs when you go in there.
It'd be cool
They,
as
got,
fuck.
they have that in Las Vegas called Area 15. You know. It's like
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
on Valley
psychedelic-
View.
Yeah.
Have you gone there?
Yeah, I went there.
Was it cool?
Yeah, but I went there right when it opened, so half the shit wasn't even open. Like,
Oh,
like
bummer.
I didn't
Okay.
get to go to Omega Mart. Just want to go.
What's Omega Mart?
It's something inside the Area 15, but I don't know if you've seen the ads for it.
It's a market, right?
It's like a market, but like I don't know, on acid.
That scene where like the soldiers are carrying like the dead animal carcasses. That's fucking crazy. I think
Yeah.
I read something that they're
That part
real
was cool.
too. Yeah. The toad and frog battle.
That part's cool.
They had to wait like a shit ton of time because like I think it was the lizards. The lizards wouldn't move.
Yeah, none of them were moving in any of those shots. I don't think
So
I
they
saw.
just had to
don't
leave
think
the
I seen
camera.
this
Yeah.
stuff.
Imagine like it's hard enough directing like a dog or like
Like
it's hard directing like a
200,
cat.
Yeah.
Fucking like reptiles.
Yeah. Like dumbass. Like literally
Yeah.
like smooth brain.
They don't fucking like
actual
think,
smooth brain. Yeah.
You know. they probably think, but like
They didn't look. If they didn't move at all. I mean, what the fuck were they doing?
waiting.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, just like waiting for a fly. I don't know. But I like the first act the most, definitely.
I
I'm
like
not
the
sure.
ending. I like, you know,
I like the meta.
Zoom
Yeah,
out.
that part's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I like the shit scene. I think the shit scene is just my favorite.
Shit
It's
scene's
like,
pretty good.
Excrement to gold.
man, it's like this is like a movie about enlightenment, and it's like the close thing about enlightenment is like you're never gonna get like, and that's what kind of this movie represents. You're never gonna get on enlightenment. Is making like peace with getting close enough to the thing, and it's always close enough to the thing where it's like they're hitting on something really deep. That's perfect. I'm like, yo, this is perfect. This is perfect, man. He gets it. I mean, the metaphor doesn't transition all the way, but other than that, perfect, man. Dude living his own shit.
Yeah.
He got to be smoking his own Jesus, not just anybody. Jesus.
Yeah, and the shit hookah.
He has to be smoked in his own shit hookah, and he has to be just smelling it, and he has to sweat in it, and he has to transform himself and break through, so they can start the process of building it back up.
Right.
Best scene.
Right.
It also like I guess what you're saying about like getting close to it but never actually achieving it feels like Christianity too, where like the whole thing is like
yeah.
you got to stay on the straight and narrow, but like you
You can't be Jesus.
Yeah, you know.
Unless you're like Kanye.
Right, man.
I also thought it was interesting, like how many details he put into like like the whole tarot thing. You know, he goes over like a lot of different like
Yeah.
religions. You know, he goes over like war and like corporate stuff, or even I almost forgot about this. Then there's the meta stuff too. But like when he's in the rainbow tunnel and he's going up to the throne, and there's like those two pillars, and one's black and has like 3 like white rectangles on it, and the other one's white and has 6 black rectangles on it. I remember it caught me a little bit because a little while ago, my friends and I watched this video on like I think it's bullshit, but it's still interesting. So like Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he used to do stuff. He used to only like do stuff according to the number 369.
Oh.
And there's this whole like mathematical thing behind why that's supposed to be like a special number, like why
Okay.
3, 6, and 9 are very special. It's like there's a certain like equation or pattern that all other numbers will react to like similarly, except for the numbers 3, 6, and 9. For whatever reason, that's just like how the math works.
They're divisible by 3.
I mean that too, but I mean that's not it. That's not it.
Hey,
But yeah.
wrap it up. He
All
solved
right.
it. He solved it.
All right. But so the throne has a 3, has a 6, and Jodorowsky's in the middle. And he has that symbol on his chest, and that symbol
Oh,
is supposed to
yeah.
represent the 9 people. I thought that was just, I don't know if he did that on purpose or if I
Be
don't know if he-
interesting.
I don't know,
Wouldn't
but it was
surprise
cool.
me. He seems very cultured.
Yeah.
But like point is like there's a lot of like small stuff like that that's like I only caught like that one thing. I don't know how much other stuff is.
I want to listen to like the audio commentary and like listen to him explain the movie
Actually,
a
yeah,
little
that-
bit. I just want to see
Yeah,
like what his
I
viewpoint
think
is on
that'd
it.
be-
You know.
that would be.
I low key feel like he would like just like kind of like I don't know if you guys have ever have you seen Total Recall?
No.
I know
Yeah.
you've seen it, but
Yeah, I've seen it.
have you heard of the Arnold commentary on that movie? So like, there's a director's commentary with Paul Verhoeven and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's the star of the movie.
Paul Verhoeven directed it.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's a great film. What do you mean? What the fuck?
He's the guy that did Starship Troopers, right?
yeah.
Oh boy.
But
And Showgirls.
fuck yeah.
Just for different reasons.
But essentially in the commentary, the whole thing is just Arnold explaining what's going on in every scene. But instead of saying the character, he says I. this is where I make love to my wife, you know, and he's saying throughout the whole thing.
That'd be funny if Hodorowski
I imagine
did
that's
that.
what Hodorowski would do in the commentary. This is where I scrub his asshole.
So I put my knuckle in his asshole.
I just hope it's not like one of those, like, I don't think it would be, but like kind of like the Michael Haneke thing where like he says like when people ask him about his movies, he's like he doesn't say anything. But I mean, if there's a
If
director's
there's a commentary, then
yeah.
he would, because like I know that directors that like refuse to do the
I don't
commentary.
I hope it's not like that for the Holy Mountain, but we'll check it out.
Yeah,
I want to.
yeah.
I'm really interested in it
Me too.
because he's got to be like, they had to record the commentary sometime rather recently, and it'd be cool kind of because he's like dying.
It's like nice.
Yeah.
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 Like see what he thinks about like when he's like really old now.
When was the last? How long ago was his last movie?
Fucking like 2 years ago or something.
Okay, so he's still
I
kinda making
have it
stuff.
on DVD. It's
Oh,
called
cool.
Psycho Magic, a healing art.
Whoa.
A healing
What the fuck?
I want to check it out.
Yeah, that sounds neat. All
Um,
right, so do you guys want to wrap it up? Or do you guys want to
I'm trying to think of
any
any.
last things you guys want to bring up? With
The second act is actually kind of cool, but I feel that's the part where it's like
the pacing's a bit.
you
fucky.
figure the first time you see it, you're like, okay, what is the movie?
Yeah.
You know, like you're thinking it's called like the Holy Mountain. I know the first time I saw it, I'm like, are we ever like, is it just called the Holy Mountain? Like they're never gonna like go there or anything.
Yeah.
But that's like when the second act just keeps going kind of like in circles of the
Yeah.
whole planet thing. But like the stuff they're doing in those segments, it's interesting.
Yeah, the electric
It's
orgasm was
weird.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
That part was funny.
Imagine just like the time it's spent to make that fucking like sex machine.
And to make it
You know?
move and shit too, you know.
Yeah,
it's, like,
exactly.
pretty
And then
intricate.
it like gives birth to that like sex machine baby.
Yeah.
It wasn't CGI.
What?
It wasn't CGI.
Oh, might have been.
Oh.
Can I read the log line for Psycho Magic, a healing art?
Yeah, sure.
Director Alejandro Jodorowsky unveils his theory of trauma therapy, and then it's images like this.
Oh, nah, probably not.
Wait, what?
What the hell?
Is that like? Wait, let me see that again.
That's the craziest blackface
I was gonna say it's blackface, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What the fuck? Just look at these images.
It's like ultra blackface
To me, the movie like
Oh shit!
it just feels like
like
mega
latex.
inspiration.
Jeez,
Like
what
you
is
know,
Yeah.
I watch it and like I feel like there's so much I just take away like
I don't even think that's
to influence my own
blackface,
shit.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of how I look at it too.
And it, in the way that like I feel like if you get influenced by Police Story, like sure you can do your own thing, but like, you know, we just mentioned like Bad Boys and Fast and Furious. You
Yeah.
sometimes it's so good you can't do anything better. Just
Yeah.
really feel like there's things in there like you can like do it in your own way to make it like better to you at least.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where it's.
Wow.
I agree, 100%. It's
Only
like I'm just looking
400
at it mostly
people.
just for like tone and images and like
Super
stuff I think
unpopular.
works. It's like kind of like take it, do something new with it.
I'll check it out. I got the DVD. Movies really, it makes you think a lot.
Do you get
I want to do it like on mushrooms or something. Watch the Holy Mountain.
I'm not gonna. I think this is the one movie that was like finally like really tired me out thinking wise.
Really?
Yeah. By like.
I was tired.
By like
yeah,
the second act, I was like
Whoa.
thought out.
Yeah.
Like thought out. Yeah.
John fell asleep.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. This is like.
He's like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
they showing
Like
me?
first act, I was like, brain was firing.
He's
with, like,
ready
a
for
bunch of
Police
shit.
Story too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get into movies, you know, you gotta sit through some of these.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. I want to learn more about it, and I want to like it more. I enjoyed it a lot more the second time. First time I watched it, I was kind of like,
It's
Damn.
hard.
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yes, saw my face. Like I was like, yo, I don't know.
You're
if
like,
can
I
do
gotta
this
watch
again.
this
Yeah,
again.
I was like,
Fuck.
bro. I was like, I just had a bad day at work.
I hear
I
ya.
just had a bad day at work.
I heard that top left was racist towards Asians. Somebody said I'm racist towards Asians. I have a bunch of Asian friends, so that's bullshit.
That's funny.
Do you guys think I'm racist towards Asians?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I remember I remember you
Oh, boy.
saying something about Korean films and how you said they're really good at structure, like the same way they're really good at math because like they just know formulas.
Yeah, they're like they think of it like it's an equation.
That was I'm not gonna lie. That's just me just guesstimating,
But like,
kind of being
I
racist.
can't.
but-
I kind of agree. I don't know.
I didn't say it. I just love cock. Interesting. I wonder who that is. Thank you for stopping by, Saitama. That's a dude from One Punch Man. Okay. Any last words for Holy Mountain?
It's funny too.
The Holy Mountain.
It's funny.
Yeah, Holy
Yeah.
Mountain's pretty funny.
We laughed a lot.
Yeah, I was
Everyone was
laughing, too.
laughing during the movie.
You have to.
Sometimes ironically, sometimes, but it's like, oh boy,
Yeah, the movie is pretty funny.
you got a fat message.
Oh
right
boy.
There.
Yo, I just came from a suggestion from my friend, but also been told that they're just saying they're all saying I'm racist towards Asians.
Oh.
Can you clear that? I've been told the
Can you
guy
clear
to the
that up?
left made racist comments towards the Asian race. Can you clear that up? Oh, Clash of Clans is my favorite game of this century. Don't you play Clash of Clans a lot?
Bro, I just started playing Clash of Clans like 2 months ago.
Clash Cans.
It's actually so
Clash of
fun.
Clans.
I'm like Town Hall 8.
I like Clash Royale.
See, like
No, okay.
I don't think I ever played Clash Royale.
What?
No.
I feel like Clash of Clans is like the big brain version of Clash Royale because you can do the same shit in Clash of Clans, but you know you gotta put some time and love into it. You know, like a cactus.
Clash Royale though is like
Oh,
chess.
so you had cock. Yeah, man.
You gotta be more
sit on
like
cock.
Yeah, they
strategic
have
with
that.
it.
They have the raids in
Oh
the regular
really?
one.
Is
yeah.
that what Clash of Clans like the raid like?
Yeah, the raids is
Oh.
it's except
It's
instead
like
of
Clash
instead of the
Royale.
cards, you just have your troops. Sorry.
Oh, okay, I
You ever
didn't
play
know that.
Clash of Clans? Yeah.
I just, not every conversation's for me.
Alright,
I
let's
think my
do-
favorite comedic moment is when they get to the Holy Mountain, and we all laughed at this one, but he's just like, "Okay, I brought you guys here. Goodbye."
Yeah, that part was
You don't
good.
need me anymore.
Yeah.
That was just like super simple, just quirkiness.
Well,
ratings.
you
Rating wise, the only thing that fucks me with this movie that like from giving it a higher rating is just like the pacing from like second act, a little bit of the third act. It's just like there's a few moments where it loses me and then it gets me back in. So I'd give it like a 7.5.
Oh, that's
If I
fair.
got a
It's
10.
hard to get an
Yeah.
emotional connection to this movie.
Sometimes, yeah. Like the first act for me was like so strong, and then like the pacing's just like I can kind of tell this is like an older movie.
It's like looking at like a painting that isn't like you don't feel it.
This is what
It's
looking
really
at a
cool.
painting feels like.
Yeah.
Where, like sometimes you first you get really into it, and then after you're like it's just a painting, and then by the time you leave the painting, you're like, wow, that's actually like
That was
a
a-
work,
that was a good
work of art.
painting,
Yeah.
yeah. If saying like the Holy
Oh, boy.
Mountain is great is like the same thing as saying like
Oh my
Kanye is
God.
Jesus. I guess it'd be like saying Kanye is like Jeez.
Jeez.
So like the
Jeez.
Holy Mountain's like I really like what it's going for.
You should write film reviews.
I know.
He did.
At one point.
Fucks film reviews, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Rely like your reviews. Like, you know what? I just saw Memento last night, and I had to say, has some ideas I like.
I kind of like what it's going for.
There's that guy who does like the album reviews in like 10 seconds or less.
Oh yeah,
Have you
I get
seen that?
his videos recommended. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Though.
They're 10 seconds.
Our other ratings
I'd
for
give it like 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to revisit it again.
Yeah, I'm
very
definitely
very
going to.
rewatchable.
I could,
Yes.
I think so. There's a lot to pick
Yes.
out.
No, to me it feels like psychedelic. So you can't take it all the time. Like you gotta wait like a month at least in between. Like you need a little like time, you know. But yeah, I'd watch this again.
Yeah.
I am gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
But
Deja's watching it with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be cool.
I'd probably give this like a 7.
You really must be racist, Norby.
Yeah, somebody just sent like something Joe Biden said. Let me see. Hello, this is President Joe Biden. I just peed white, and this issue to my health will not be underestimated. I will survive through this unfortunate tragedy. Life isn't fair, but I'll be strong for the American people. Interesting.
Thanks, Joe.
I made it on
Kareem.
/COVID about Asians makes sense,
What
but
did you
it's
think
really
of the Holy
messed
Mountain?
Oh,
Why do you care that much?
Is it all right?
yeah. I give it a 267.5 out of 400, which is pretty
Tight,
good.
Tight.
That's like. Eh.
I mean, the movie is, it's.
Would you recommend it
hard.
to someone?
I would recommend it. Like I said, I'd bring people over to show it to them, just so I can seem cool, just so I can seem like I'm deeper than what I am.
So it's like when they're all like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just like, "You don't get it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what don't you understand about this
You
movie?
fucking moron."
You're missing it. You're missing
Yeah.
it.
It takes 8 times.
Norby was kind of looking away, and like that seems like really quick cut at the
Which
beginning.
the prologue?
Yeah. I'm like, don't miss it, Norby.
That's funny.
I'd say this is up there for like the most screen tongue movie.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Most
I agree.
definitely. I'd probably give this like 7 mountain humps out of 9. Like,
Mountain humps.
yeah, you know, it's like you're not afraid of falling, you're afraid of climbing.
Oh yeah! She starts fucking the mountain.
Man, that was like an emotional release for me in that movie. It was like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy this anymore or if I'm just gonna kill myself. I was like, when she's like, yo, you what were they even saying to her? They're like, yo,
That's literally what they said.
You're not afraid. You're afraid of success or something.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Basically.
she just has to start fucking the mountain. She's like, yo,
It
you
get-
guys are right.
I can
Fuck
see
this
that.
and I get it.
I get it now.
I hate now that
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I'm like, yo, the mountain is the only thing. Stop. Fuck that fucking mountain, bro. Literally.
She got it.
Literally, she got it.
I wonder like Hodorowski's direction for that. He's like
was-
if he said just kind of like start humping the mountain, or he's like, oh, now you start fucking mountain, something
You know,
like
he's
that.
like standing up top and just like doing it like. With
Yeah.
He probably
He starts doing
did it
too.
first. Yeah.
Let me show you proper way.
You guys wanna move on to Oh yeah,
Beavis.
Beavis and Butthead. Holy fuck. See, Doc Rivers just tweeted your stream. He said hashtag stop Asian.
I gotta
hate."
use the rest.
God damn. Damn.
I gotta use the
Anthony, I'm
restroom.
sorry. I'm sorry. I hate Asians so much, man.
That's alright. They're pretty good at movements. So it'll be done soon. I'll be right back. I use the restroom.
You held accountable.
Butthead.
Yeah, man. I hate Asians so much.
Can I have a piece of gum?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I'm really happy that.
Actually,
watched
Tammy
the
went too.
whole
Actually, I forgot we had some. Did you give him too much or what? Oh yeah, totally.
Here, you still got some. Okay. This was the first time you saw. What did you think it was gonna be like going in?
What?
Holy Mountain.
Auto mod hold a message accountable.
I watched it a week
reason.
before, but I fell asleep twice through it.
No, what was, like before you turned it on though, the first time?
He's going to be big.
Were you excited?
Because this sounds terrible, man. You shouldn't chew gum on a podcast. But
That's why I asked.
but what I would say is, I'm trying to think. Good gum.
It's grape and fucking was it lime? Some shit like that.
It was that
Great
first.
medley.
It was that first scene
I mean,
where he's shaving off the girls' heads. What? You know, he was talking about. Where he's dressed like Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's really like iconic. Like even if you don't even like know what the film is, you know that like you just know that shot.
you've seen
Yeah.
it before.
So when I figured out, I was like, oh, this is a movie with that shot. Shit's about to be like I'm about to get into some real filmmaking shit, man. And then like
Pokemon cards.
30 minutes into it, I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was pretty difficult.
Yeah, this is a movie I felt prepared for to watch. Like a year or two ago, I probably would have been like
Wow.
what the fuck. But I mean, like I feel like definitely like this past year or two, I've been like in a place mentally and like trying to understand movies where it's like
Okay.
I can like pretty much watch almost anything and be like understand where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You know, it's really just a matter of like whether or not I like the ideas or if like they vibe
Mhm.
with me or something like that.
That's good.
I Beavis Bud. There you go. You have the floor, Elijah.
Oh,
Can you tell the safe surfer in the back to stop munching so hard?
sorry.
Gay surfer, munch louder, please. Yo, this is like that Nirvana video that you made.
Nirvana.
Say, what do you say? Hey, you guys.
How's it going?
All right, go for it. How's it going? How's it going?
Knew he killed us. Didn't even chew. Didn't chew the entire time.
How's it going?
Someone said
How's
something
it
about
going?
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan just quote tweet your stream. He said, "Why is that as a culture we are more comfortable seeing two men holding guns than holding hands?" I don't know what that means.
So it's an honest question.
Yeah.
Why is it as a culture? Jackie Chan has some good philosophy on that. What's the answer to that? Why do you think American culture would rather see Jackie Chan kick somebody in the chest than see Jackie Chan hug somebody?
Christian indoctrinated homophobia in our government.
Boom, you got it on one try. One try. That's all it took.
Good job, Norby.
Thank you.
You win. So I recommended Beavis and Butthead Do America. And I've been getting a lot of Beavis and Butthead on my YouTube recommended. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I bought the entire collection. Whether or not that was wise is yet to be determined.
No, that's
But-
totally wise. What are you talking about? You have all the TV series now too.
I just wanted to see like the movie, you know, see if like I'm a true Beavis and Butthead fan, I guess.
Mhm.
And it was fun.
I had a great time.
I'm glad we watched it together.
Yeah.
I feel it's like something you got to watch with people.
Yeah,
It
it's still
enhances it.
dude, it's still fucking funny.
It is really funny, but
Right.
like having others around you, like it makes everyone laugh, and then when everyone's laughing, it's like, oh, it's funny that they're laughing at that. That's stupid, and then it makes you laugh even more, you know. And like that this is that movie.
Dude, this
I
whole
really enjoyed
this whole
it.
weekend I still been thinking about that movie.
Really?
Dude, I'll just be thinking about it and I'll just start laughing. It's so fucking funny.
They're
Like
little,
even the first joke where it's like they wake up and he's just like looking from like the missing TV spot to the window. And he's like, he's like, hey Beavis, I think I just figured something out. This sucks. It's like
their like idiosyncrasies they're beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's
just when they see like when Butthead sees like an attractive lady and he's just like, hey baby. It is great. Everyone's gonna have to do like a Beavis and Butthead impersonation too. You got it. This is the time.
All right, Anthony.
and you don't have to do it right now. Just do it whenever you feel like it.
When it comes out of you.
But I like the oh dude, like that joke really still makes me laugh. Or the one where they're on the Congress like overcom
Oh yeah.
and they make the joke. I forgot what the joke is, and it's like there's like a pause and then all the congressmen start laughing like Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah.
It's like oh they're saying that all the congressmen are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
These fried morons.
It's a sex joke.
Yeah, it was a
I
sex
forget what you're
joke.
saying though.
It's, oh, we're looking for like the girl.
There's like a thing too. I read it like Butthead like tries to flirt with like the Clinton's daughter.
Yeah. You
Oh,
didn't see
yeah,
that?
yeah,
He
yeah,
throws him
yeah,
out
yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pick that up at first that it was like supposed to be like Chelsea Clinton.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, that's so funny.
oh, is he gonna? I was like, yo, this is getting real, like some real political satire right here.
Yeah.
Like,
That would be
yeah.
so funny if he like fucked her.
yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna be. I was like, yo, they was wilding out in the '90s, man. Do you guys ever feel like there's like whenever somebody does something like overabundantly, that's hard to keep track of like what like examples of it. So like if somebody like is constantly like over exaggerating about shit, and they're like, name one time. And you're like, dude, you do it so fucking much. I can't even fucking. What do you mean name one time? It's like this. Like, that's
Yeah.
like with this movie. It's like it's my favorite joke. I'm like, there's so many fucking jokes. I'm like, I can't even name. I'm like, I can't even think. Like, what's that joke? I'm like, what's the other joke though? There's so many jokes.
yeah.
There's like nonstop. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's like nonstop.
There's jokes every like 30 seconds, you know? Like
Yeah, the
3 or 4
pace is-
jokes.
I don't even say every 30 seconds. I would say it's like every 6 seconds. Even in like you were saying, like the tonality is like implied jokes.
Yeah, totally. It's it even like the structure of the movie is a little bit weird. It's not structured like a normal movie. Like even like the music video in the middle, That shit blew my mind.
That's my favorite scene.
I think that was my favorite scene too.
That kind of like takes you out of it for a second. You're like, oh shit, they really did
yeah,
that.
that was like a scene where I had to like scream for a moment. I was like,
I'm
cool.
feeling. It's just funny watching like Beavis.
It's like a music video.
Yeah, Beavis
It's
just,
like he's dying.
Beavis just starts tripping out, and he says something to Butthead like, "I'm feeling weird," and Butthead's just like, "Okay." He's so like unemotionally attached to like his best friend.
You're like getting ready to die. It's like, okay. Like, that could like be perfectly the reason why he's saying, like, I'm not feeling well. Oh, okay.
You know, like seeing, like I think it's my favorite. Is like we're on the bus. It's like the emotional climax where he's just like, I'm never getting laid.
That's
He's
so
like,
funny.
he's like, I'm never gonna, this guy probably gets laid. He's like, yeah, I do, buddy. I was like, yeah, oh man, fuck.
We're never gonna score.
We're never gonna score. Yeah, we're never gonna score.
What does the old guy say? He's like, this guy's
He's
probably
just-
scored 100 times.
He's like shit, nods his head.
He's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Do you think the old guy knew he meant like getting laid?
Yeah,
I
no,
think
he
so-
was
I
like,
think so
yo,
too,
no,
yeah.
I fuck.
Yeah.
I do fuck.
I agree.
Back in the day when I can get this thing up, I wasn't like you, son. I wasn't like you. I think you and your boyfriend here are pathetic.
You really like the slots thing.
That shit made me laugh pretty hard. Yeah.
You know what it was too? That guy was probably like in Korea. No, not Korea, in Vietnam. And like that's when like
Oh shit.
you didn't know if you're gonna die, and you'd be like 16. So they take you like to the whorehouses.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's probably like how he spent his summer before he saw his
Mm.
friends die.
My coworker was stationed in Thailand like back in like the 60s. He said that like whores and prostitutes there were like less than like $5.
You haven't been in the
Whoa.
right places in Vegas.
I don't know about Vegas.
I didn't know you were.
Reno, forget about
Reno,
them.
yeah.
They'll pay you.
I didn't know you were allowed to say that on the podcast.
Whores and prostitutes.
No, what he just said.
Oh.
What? What'd I say?
Yeah. Oh no, you're all good.
Reno?
You're good. Reno. Reno. Yeah, you could say that here, man.
Yeah, stop Asian hate.
Stop Asian hate. I'm gonna make that the new Screen Tongue's slogan. Stop Asian hate. That's funny.
It is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month still. Yeah. That has nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the slots joke. Fucking Mikey called me, and he was like, he's coming over to do the other podcast, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm coming over. I was like, oh yeah, we just finished Beavis and Butthead. And he's like, oh, I was like, how'd you like the slots?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was fucking really fucking funny movie.
We thought at first it was gonna be them like looking for their TV.
Yeah, okay, so that's another thing about the movie, like structurally and just like feeling wise, I didn't know what to expect from this movie for like the first 30-40 minutes. It was just like, it's like, all right, I thought they're just gonna go in the town, you know, looking for the TV or whatever. Then it's like they stumble into like this whole like murder thing, and then it's like then it becomes like this whole like disease like weapon like nation crippling
Sci-fi.
like whatever, right? It becomes like this huge thing, and it kind of stays at that level for the rest of the movie, like just like them kind of like at this like you know, most wanted
World stakes.
Yeah, they don't take it any higher than that. But I think it was good. It was really good.
It's kind of like the Beavis and Butthead. It's kind of like the Beavis and Butthead thing, though. It's like their own idiocy, like leads them to like these
Yeah.
situations. That's like obviously like it would end right here if it was just like these like normal kids.
Yeah.
Like, a normal kid would just be like, "Yo," when the guy implies this, obviously he means that. They're like, "No, we're trying to fucking score." Like, and so it's like how like the way it just like, and that's like what makes it a good movie because it's a movie. It's Beavis and Butthead the movie. It just makes it so big to like the point it's like, "Yo, you guys are taking out whole governments." Like,
I love how they're so stupid that they actually think the guy is paying them to
Like,
fucking
yeah. Like, hey, Beavis, he wants us to do his wine.
Like they think they're like so like attractive or so. They're like their heads are so fucked up that they're like, wow.
I like how they really have to like. Yeah, they're so fucking fried. Or that one part where Beavis is doing all the drugs on the plane for that lady's fucking purse.
His head shaking.
He was like, So that kid should be fucking dead. You know, like he should be seizuring and fucking dead on the
He
ground.
just grabs like her bag too. I don't know if she offers it or not. He
And
just
she's
grabs
Just
it.
candy, right?
And she's
He's like, "What you got in there?"
she's like, oh, take as much as you want.
Or no, and it's because like he's like he either said I'm tired or he's like I need to wake up. Or he's like, oh, I had the perfect thing, but then she gives him the opposite, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
No,
That's like when he turns into Cornholio, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't she give him caffeine pills?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
caffeine
basically.
pills, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
No
And then he
drowsy.
started taking everything. He's like, yo, you got some Percocet in here? I'll take some of that.
How do you feel about when he turns into Cornholio?
This is funny.
That was good. Yeah, that's funny. It was just like it seemed like they were really saving it for the climax because
Yeah.
that character's so iconic, you know.
Then he goes into Mr. Anderson's
Yeah,
trailer and just
jacks
starts.
off.
Yeah.
That like it really is like how like every kid in my middle school talked. Just like and it wasn't even like in reference to like Beavis and Butthead.
Dude.
It was just like it was like so iconic. Like, I'm like, you're like, yo, where the fuck is? Why do the kids all have these? Like, is every white kid's like,
I think they flat out watched Beavis and Butthead.
no, like the, because it was too like late, like you know. It wasn't,
Yeah,
like-
true.
Yeah, it was like
true.
2009, 2010. So they weren't really like, yo, I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead. It was more like Anchorman, Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
humor. But for some reason, it would just be like, and it was like obviously like Beavis and Butthead influence, but it was like right at that range where like Beavis and Butthead was kind of like
Yeah.
when we were growing up, like we kind of remember it, but not really. But still, just like the way it sticks.
Where did you go to middle school?
I went to middle school in Reno.
Reno.
Yeah,
What kind of white people are in Reno?
all types.
All
You know,
types, okay.
there's some racist types.
Yeah,
There's some cowboy types. A lot of hipsters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got everything out there.
Yeah, a lot
okay.
of Bay.
Yeah,
because
just normal white people.
It's more close to like Bay Area, so it's a lot like weirder white people. A lot of weird white people.
Gotcha.
A lot of burners. Burning Man people.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably why.
No, because Burning Man stops like that's where people stop before they go to Burning Man's in Reno.
Oh,
it's, like,
gotcha.
that's where they all chill for like a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people, if they go after their while, it becomes their entire life. They're just like, yeah, I'll just live out here now.
Right.
'Cause it's just easier. And it's more like inclusive. Like it's more like people are more understanding of that kind of
Yeah.
lifestyle. Like if you wear like fuzzy shit to like a bar, people
That
aren't.
makes sense.
Like
That
that's
makes
just a
sense.
burner, I
But,
guess.
but then their kids like they turn into Beavis and Butthead.
I feel like what did he say? What did Mike Judge said he based a lot of the characters on like kids he knew where he grew up, and then and like characters in like I think he said New Mexico or like Arizona. You know, it's like white people around that area. But where did he grow up? I don't remember where he grew up. But
I haven't
It's
heard.
not Texas.
I thought it was from Texas. Yeah.
Texas, yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask though. Is it so? Did he hit on? Did he create how Beavis and Butthead talk, or was he just hitting on how middle schoolers talk?
Probably like a little bit of both.
Mm.
Because there weren't that many middle schoolers in my school who talked like that. I knew if like there's like one or two who were kind of like that, like one or two, and it's like
They
yeah, it's
stick
like-
together.
Yeah, they stick together, right? They're just like I don't know. They look like the bullies in like fucking like Donnie Darko and shit. They just look like they just look like cartoons, you know?
Maybe Beavis and Butthead are like a classical character trope.
I think so.
Like in society.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's what.
those two losers that just like they're gone, man.
Yeah. they're like fucking dangerous, you know? Like flat out, they're like weapons. I like how it's implied that basically like if Beavis and Butthead have to stay in their like in their little town because if they go elsewhere, they're just gonna like wreak havoc.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go and like fuck shit up. And, like,
Yeah. They can't change,
No,
you know.
I like how we get to meet their dads too.
That's
That
what I was
was
gonna
really
say.
cool.
Like, you know, in terms of like the novelty of the Beavis and Butthead movie, you know, you gotta do some shit. And, like, then they meet Beavis and meet their dad. You're like, damn, in the movie.
That's fucking cool.
And their dads, they're the same thing.
yeah, they're like
You know?
exactly.
They still laugh the same way.
They say score. We score with
Yeah.
just two chicks.
No, they were the original hitmen, right?
Were they?
No.
No, there was some
the
there was another
people who
group.
stole their TV were the hitmen.
Oh, okay.
They were Motley Crue like roadies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Beavis and Butthead like think that's like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Even there for a moment, like when the dads show up, you kind of think the movie's gonna go off in like this dad thing.
Yeah, father.
You know, but
son
it's like
type of-
it's like the movie's constantly like
it's funny the things that like you think it wouldn't matter end up being the things that like the story ends up being like you know
Yeah.
you think he might just stop and see like this murder thing, you're like, oh, that's weird, but then
Mhm.
like I don't know, whatever. That's
no, I agree. It's interesting. Like, I don't want to say it was it wasn't shocking, but it's just like like I wasn't like it's not completely conventional. You know, it's not really predictable. At least watching it for the first time.
I like how it ends, where it's like the nuclear disaster's averted just by like it landing on like Butthead's head. He's like,
Here you go.
there you
Here
go.
you go.
He doesn't even know what's going on, probably.
I like the
Here you go.
the agent that's in charge of like trying to find
Yeah.
Beavis, but that dude is so fucking hilarious. There's like a scene, I can't remember what he says, but it's like the guy like saw something. He's like, "Hey, you're a member of the United States government." And he's like, "Don't say but," or something like that. It's such a, I can't remember the fucking joke, but it's such a funny fucking joke. I'm like, yo, this guy's hilarious.
His eyebrows like are kind of feminine.
Were they?
Did you know?
I didn't
don't
notice
know. I
that,
don't know.
no.
Maybe it was just me. Like his eyebrows, you could always see his eyebrows.
Were
Do
they
you
like
think
lines?
that Mike Judge just
Yeah.
draws? You're gonna say he just draws thin of eyebrows because Boomhauer kind of has.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like all the characters don't really have eyebrows,
Yeah.
except for like, I mean, Beavis has like he has like line eyebrows, literally. I think.
I don't know. They kind of look like eyelashes in a way.
Yeah.
His eyebrows kind of look like eyelashes.
He was
I'd
a
have to
handsome
see it
man.
again.
He was a
But-
handsome man.
And then he wants everyone like cavity searched.
Yeah. Like deep, and hard.
What
and
does he
long.
say for his abuse or play? Where he's like, give him the cavity. So he's like, oh yeah. He's like cool with it. He's like, yeah.
And then he's like, did I just score?
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, I score.
I love Beavis and Butthead.
Me too, dude. Fucking YouTube recommendation.
Yeah, that's great, man. I want to watch.
I think the characters that look the least like retarded are definitely like the woman.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, it's like all the women I see in like Beavis and Butthead, except for like, he draws old people so fucking funny. That old lady looks so fucking funny.
The guy
Just
with the
the
Hank
big
Hill
glasses.
voice has like he's just such a fucking like potato.
Yeah.
He's like a potato.
He
Mr.
gets
Anderson
so shit on the whole
Is that
movie.
who that guy's name is?
with the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I was like, there's no even thought. He's like middle-aged body, potato.
He always keeps saying, or there's at least a few lines where he's like, "Those are the boys whacking off in my tool shed." Like he goes there and finds them doing that shit. Like they're such degenerates.
That's such like a Hank Hill like
Yeah.
mannerism too, that he doesn't kill these dudes. Like he says it like there's multiple times that he's got these kids by whacking off in his fucking tool shed. And it's like Hank Hill. I'm like, yo, why don't you just shoot these fucking kids?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to. He's like, that's like a rare type of like white person almost.
It's Hank Hill. It's
Yeah,
like
pretty much, yeah.
that's just kids being kids. You're like, nah, Hank Hill, you gotta fucking stand your ground, man. You can't let these fucking kids whack off your fucking shit.
Dude, he gets hardcore shit on in this movie too.
You do
Yeah.
the entire time, man. He's just like, oh, what
He gets
the fuck?
arrested at the end too.
Yeah,
I think.
it's like the trip he's been waiting for his entire life and everything.
Beavis jacks off in his fucking trailer.
Yeah, they break his.
Right
They
before.
they go and say they're gonna fix a TV and break the fuck
Yeah.
out of it.
She asks something like, "Are you guys here for like the dishwasher?" And they're like, "No, for the TV." Yeah. So she thinks they're like TV repairmen.
I like how they're honest too. You know, there's like, no, we're here for the TV. And she's
Yeah,
like, repair
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, I didn't know the TV was broken. Yeah, come in.
Or like the part where they're in the high school taking the TV, and they're like, it's like they can just take it, like they're really just taking it, and they just fucking throw it down the stairs on accident. And the principal comes like, yeah, you need to take that back to the science room.
Yeah.
Where it belongs there.
Where it belongs.
Then they find him like getting spanked by like a dominatrix or something
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
fucking motel.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
Have
That
you ever
movie's
seen
so
the fir-
fucking
Have you ever seen the first episode of Beavis and Butthead?
yeah, the
Where-
frog baseball.
No. Or like Don't Laugh. The one where they're not allowed to laugh, right?
I don't think
And
I've
they
seen
go
that
to the
one.
principal's office because they're like laughing too much. And the principal's like, "I got the idea for you guys." And it cuts to Beavis and Butthead. And then it cuts back to the principal right before a commercial break. And he's just like, "Yeah, I got the idea." And he opens like up his desk drawer and then takes out beer and just starts chugging it in front of Beavis and Butthead. So fucking stupid.
I need to watch the actual series. Yeah, there's a few pilot episodes. One of them's called Frog Baseball,
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally just like them like throwing the frog at each other and hitting it with a baseball bat, and they just laugh. It's just like they just laugh.
So stupid. You know.
Let me think. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with this movie?
I can't think of anything.
Really 90s.
We're super 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Even like the music video part was
That
that shit was so cool. Just that part was so fucking cool.
That's
the
my
an- the
fa- that's
animation,
my favorite
the
part.
animation of that part was really solid too.
I like how like Butthead's like butt is really like exaggerated. He almost like he kind of twerks in a way,
Yeah.
and then there's like a part where like Beavis turns into like a demon a little bit, and he does like that punch thing
Yeah.
he does.
I like the 90s animation, like how it makes the
Yeah.
desert look, like with the purples, like is
Mhm.
like the shots of Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I wish Vegas would look this cool.
Huh?
I'm like, man, if Vegas was this, Vegas is pretty scenic. Like the desert's pretty scenic.
Yeah.
Like the sunsets here are pretty nice, but not like they were in Beavis and Butt. And then it's like, but that's how like the 90s always have. Like I remember this Tupac video where he's like rapping the entire thing's anime. I can't remember what his name.
Oh, I don't know the name.
Is it Me Against the World? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Anyways, but it's like he's like standing over LA basically, but it's all purple. And it's like, oh, it's so pretty. I was like, I wish the real world really looked like that.
Yeah. We need color corrected glasses.
Like the Logan Paul thing. Have you
What
seen
do
that
you-
video?
no, what are you
have those?
talking about?
Does he have those?
There's like a video where he's like talking about how he's all colorblind, but then there's like a video where like
Oh
Oh.
no, I
Isn't
want
that
to
shit
look.
fake? Wasn't that fake?
yeah,
Colorblind?
yeah, it was a joke.
Those glasses are real though.
Those are real. Yeah, those are real glasses.
Yeah.
But like he was faking it in that
Oh.
video.
What's wrong with that dude?
He's
Attention
funny.
horror.
He's
Yeah.
funny.
Who would do that?
He takes the guy's hat. That was really goofy.
Who?
You saw that Mayweather's hat?
Man, that was all fake. That was all fake,
Didn't he get
Just
his
publicity.
chip tooth or whatever?
bro. That was all fake.
His chip tooth.
That was all fake. That was all for
Yes,
publicity
chips.
to sell a fight. Because you know why? If Floyd Mayweather was really that pissed about this dude taking his hat,
He would like beat the shit
yeah,
out of
he
him.
would. Yeah, he would have beat the shit out of him. He was like, "Yo, ooh, doo, 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 doo." It was a like,
It
he's
was
like,
to make money.
yeah, it was to make
Yeah.
money. You wanted to believe that there was a little bit of beef there.
It's like seeing a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
They're both good at like manipulating the public to feel
Pretty
angry
much, yeah.
about them,
That's a
and
good
they make
point.
millions off it. I wish I could. I got in a
Shit, good for them, you
Twitter
know.
argument today with this comedian named Ian Carmel. He's on TV sometimes. Maybe V wants to box. Like, let's get these millions up.
Is this your setting him a challenge right now?
Yeah. Hey, bro. Remember when we were arguing today about Dame Lillard wanting to leave the Portland Trail Blazers, and you said it was because of management and not because of the fans tweeting him about sexual assault allegations that happened to a coach in the 90s that he had nothing to do with when he was 8? And I said that probably had a lot to do with him wanting to leave in the end. And you were like, you respond, do you think you're all tough and shit? And I fucking put you in your fucking place. You know how I put you in your place? Because it was underneath your tweets, dog. And you were a celebrity. And when that happens, usually people fucking internet bully the fuck out of that person. And they like all your tweets. And they all fucking comment. But I was making good ass fucking points.
Wow. All right,
And
yeah,
nobody...
You're laying too deep into this guy, dude.
I think you need to watch
need-
the
yeah,
Holy
you-
Mountain
lay off,
again.
man.
Bro,
Fucking lay off.
bro, if you wanna see me, dog, bro.
Do
I'll
a
send
Be-
you this clip and you can send it to him.
do a Beavis.
Well, I'll send it to him.
Hashtag
Send it to him.
Stop Asian hate.
Stop hashtag stop Asian hate.
And Ian Carmel, you're not Asian, so don't even hide behind that. Don't even hide behind that, because you're not gonna be able to. Stop Asian hate.
I give Beavis and Butthead like a 9 out of 10. A solid
Yeah.
comedy movie. Yeah.
Cornholio.
Is that your rating? That's
Yeah.
it. There's just
275 out of 400.
A little bit better than Holy Mountain. All right.
Anthony's like, fuck, it was so funny. It was too funny, dog.
Do a Beavis and Butthead, Anthony. Or Norby. Or you want to have a conversation like it?
Oh. No,
That'd be so funny.
We have to practice that.
Beavis,
All
isn't
right.
there water and cactuses?
Oh yeah. I like that. I like the simple shit. It's like, that was cool.
Yeah. This sucks.
That was cool.
Hey. right, baby.
Like when they dropped the TV, I was like, that was cool. It's so fucking dumb. All right, did we all rate it? I think we did.
Anthony, what'd you give it?
I'll give it. I'll give it a.
Oh, what the fuck, Willie?
What do you do?
He's just picking up water bottles.
Oh, okay.
A good 19 out of 24 mescaline cactuses.
Yeah.
Tight.
It's a solid trip.
Okay, let's move on to last movie, Cooley High. You have the
Oh, right
floor.
there.
You have the
Okay.
floor.
So, Cooley High is the greatest movie in the history of cinema. Honestly, I'm gonna give it an introduction like Anthony, but I don't know any of the facts like it, so it's just gonna be a lot of it's gonna be made up lies, straight up lies, mixed with like 2 facts. So, Cooley High came out in 1964.
73.
Oh, okay. See, first lie. It was made by Gordon Parks Jr.
I wish.
No, shut the fuck up, bro. It's great. What the fuck, bro? Anyways, but it's made by this dude who's actually like the right hand man of like Norman Lear, and was like really like his black voice in like his run of like black movies in the late 60s and 70s. So like Different Strokes, Good Times, What's
Tight.
Happening. So yeah, so he was like the basic like Norman Lear can't write for black people.
Mhm.
He didn't grow up in that environment. Like
Yeah.
he was, so he had to like lean on. That was the guy he leaned on, and they had like their falling out because he wanted more like creative control and more recognition for his work.
Yeah.
And so he goes through like this whole life, I guess, and just basically it's like, yo, it's not working out for me. Like I can't break into Hollywood, and like
Yeah.
it's not. Nobody wants to hear shit I have to say. So he goes back home to Chicago. Makes this movie Cooley High with a bunch of young actors. Lamorne Harris, who's from SNL, is going through something similar where he's on SNL, but Lorne Michaels talked about it where people just didn't write for him. Like they just didn't know what to write.
He's just getting
for him.
fucked, huh?
Yeah, so he just wasn't ever in any sketches. He's like the first black dude on SNL during the original cast, and he just didn't
Yeah.
have any sketches for him.
That's fucked.
So like this is like his like break. He's playing a teacher, and then a lot of the other actors were all just people from Chicago.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
they were just
cool.
like
That's
the,
really cool.
yeah, like the gangsters, like the dudes that played the gangsters.
Yeah.
They were real gangsters.
Yeah.
Like they had to stop
No
shooting.
shit,
Yeah, they had to
that's
stop
actually cool.
shooting because they were like in jail. Yeah, like it was some real shit. But yeah, basically, it's thought of as a blaxploitation movie, and I don't really think it really fits the bill of a blaxploitation movie. I think it's a lot. I think that kind of gives it like takes away from like the actual how great this movie really is. Because like I think this is a movie that basically goes on to, because it's kind of like a lost movie. It didn't get like a lot of like wide release, but it's like
I
a very,
hadn't heard of it before.
it's like a hood, like
Yeah.
not even like a hood classic. It's like a very old school type of hood classic. Like
Yeah.
it's like a E&J Cadillac, like drinking E&J in a Cadillac. Like that's what Cooley High is, and inspires basically most of the '90s films. Like Boys in the Hood,
Yeah, I was. Go ahead.
Boys in the Hood is Cooley High.
Mhm.
Friday,
Yeah.
Cooley High. The Wood is Cooley High. These are all but it is. It's Cooley High. It's the premise is Cooley High. We're all gonna show you what it is to live in the hood, but it's not. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna show you what it's like to grow up, adolescence in the hood. It's not trying to make it like a trauma story until it turns into a trauma story.
Right.
How do you feel when like you read things or hear people say it's like they just call it like Black American graffiti?
See, that's the thing. That's like
Did somebody actually say that?
people say all the
That's
time.
like that's like
what
what
it's known
it,
as.
yeah
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
But it's like saying that wouldn't be bad if the obvious connotation that black was lesser. like if you were just like, yeah, it's a Black American graffiti, and it'd be like, because it kind of is like the Black American. It came out around the same time. I can see the similarities. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with
can
the
see-
name cards and that. Yeah,
said 10 years before.
I can see the similarities, but then it's like, it's kind of like when people say, Viola Davis is a Black Meryl Streep, and you're like, well, why does she get any of the roles? Then? Why is it, like, then, well, that must not be a good thing to be then. Why can't you just be? I guess you should just be just the next Meryl Streep or somebody. But being the Black Meryl Streep isn't working out for you, Viola Davis. But it's like that. Like it really, I like it better than American Graffiti, and I like American Graffiti. But I think Stink is a better movie than American Graffiti.
I enjoyed this more than American Graffiti.
It's funner, more fun.
The American Graffiti is almost like kind of like a genre though.
What kind?
It's like it made like its own genre of movies.
So
in a
we
way.
say like the Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused, American Graffiti type of like.
I would think that's like where, because this is where it's different, is where American Graffiti goes through like with a bunch of different kids in like one high school.
On one night.
Yeah, on one night.
Dazed and Confused kind of does the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Cooley High is more, we're going to stay with like.
It's more central, yeah.
Yeah, these two guys.
Yeah.
And we're going to see like his group of friends, or who made his group of friends come
Yeah,
in
yeah,
and
yeah.
out of the story.
And it takes place over like time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like Cooley High is more of like a linear narrative, while the other one's kind of more just like hangout ones. Where this
Night
one,
slice of
like you
life.
can hang out with these with the film and stuff like that, but no, it's got a story. You know, they're doing shit kind of.
I was really impressed by the soundtrack. There was like always like really popular songs at the time like going off. Like I was like thinking about the budget and stuff. Like I can't even imagine how they got the music for this.
Motown.
The thing is, I think like a lot of those songs weren't popular until
At the time,
Cooley
yeah.
High
That's a
came
good
out.
that's a good point
Because
actually.
I remember being so fucking confused by this, but like the funeral scene is it's so hard
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say goodbye. I was like, how the fuck? How old is Boyz II Men? Like whenever I watched it as a kid, I was like, yo, Boyz II Men is old as shit. I was like, it makes no sense. This movie came out hella long ago, and then I was like, oh, the first like album Boyz II Men have, I think it's called like Cooley
Cooley High something.
Yeah, it's Cooley High something.
No
It's basically,
shit.
yeah, it's a shout out to Cooley High. But
Wow.
the 90s are filled with like references to Cooley High. Like there's this funny Martin scene where he's like basically like talking about like him and his homies talking about like how women like are overly emotional about everything. And he's like, you wanna know what emotion is, man? How they did Cochise, man. Why did they have to kill Cochise, man? And then like everybody's like hugging him. Yeah, man, Cochise. it's like that's how it's like, yo, it's like a real, it's like a black hole classic. Like, honestly, that's what it is. But saying that, it still takes away from like, I think it's just like it's a great achievement in cinema. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just a great film. Like what it achieves with me wanting to hang out with those kids. Like I want to hang out with them. I didn't remember that they were in the hood. That's how Friday made me feel.
Yeah.
Like, you think about Friday, you're like, yo, I would want to hang out there. I want to be up there on that day. And you're like, think about it, you're like, these guys are about to get their heads blown off. Like, there's some real life shit going on here.
It's like actually dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, like, yo, they're about to die for like $50.
Yeah.
You don't want to be here at all.
How did you I was gonna, this is the first time I heard of this movie. How'd you find this movie?
My cousin got it for Christmas when I was like 7 or 6.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So he had really, it was weird. He had got like this and Austin Powers Gold member. Yeah, I was way worse. I was like, yo, the Beyonce one? You gotta watch that. I was like, fuck this Cooley High shit. That's boring as fuck. And like he was excited, so I guess he had already seen it.
Yeah.
And like, so we watched both that night. And I was like, okay, this Cooley High movie is actually pretty dope. They're like, this is pretty funny. Like, it's good. And I remember crying. When you know a movie when you're a little kid, like you could, like you're like enjoying it, like, yo, this is fun, and then like it hits you in the gut. And you're like just like, yo, bro, I'm different after this.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is a good movie, bro. This changed me.
Dude, that was me and fucking Stand By Me at like age 7. Legit, Stand By Me fucked me up.
Stand By Me is a fucked up movie. Is that Stephen King? Did he write that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
That's like his Tinder movie.
Wait, what do you
Tinder
mean?
movie?
Yeah, I mean that's his Tinder book. Like that's like pretty Tinder for Stephen King.
Tender.
Yeah, like he's
Oh,
like,
I thought you
yo.
meant Tinder. I was like, do you put this in your bio and it gets you
No,
laid?
no,
I
that's
was
like his like yo, this is soft Stephen King.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's not like it's not like fucking
Yeah,
like
no.
clowns who are coming to murder children.
Which is hilarious
It's shiny.
because it's about a kid taking a trip to see a dead body.
So it's just like just solid coming of age.
Boys in the Hood is just basically Stand By Me and Cooley High mixed together. That's it. John Singleton just watched those two movies. He's just like, yo, we're gonna combine just these two movies and that's it.
Like, yeah, check this out.
First
Yo, check
act,
this out.
first act of Stand By Me. Second half of Cooley High is gonna be great. They're gonna love it. They're not even gonna see it coming,
That's the pitch.
bro. That's what it is.
What was your guys' favorite character?
Probably Preach.
Yeah, Preach is probably one of my favorite. I mean, like that's such a basic
Well-
answer, but I liked Preach.
I don't remember his name, but the one guy when they're at the party and he doesn't have anyone to dance with, and he goes to the girl who has chips and they're eating chips. Oh, the one that gets the
Pooter.
the gorilla shit on him.
Pooter, yeah.
The Meg of the group.
Yeah, for real. He just gets.
Every
Yeah.
group has that guy though. Every group has that guy. It's just like, yo, this is the guy who's gonna get shitted on when
Yeah.
when there's not enough girls to go around. You're gonna be the guy out. You don't even like girls that much anyways. Why you won't know what to do with that anyways.
He's
Oh.
He starts like the fight in the movie
Yeah.
theater, like accidentally.
Accidentally, like they're all just chasing him.
He just wants popcorn, man.
It's like the only gang unity just wanted to beat his ass. I'd say my favorite character is Cochise.
Cochise, yeah.
Man, he's just fucking.
He's suave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't remember that guy, the main actor's name. He's a very handsome man, man. He just pops off the fucking screen.
Dude, the way you said that, Elijah, was
He's
fucking
suave.
incredible. He's suave. He's suave. Not even like, oh, he's a player. He's charismatic. He's
Nah,
suave.
man. I
He's
get it.
slick.
That's a smooth dude.
He gets like all the girls, man.
Yeah,
does,
that's-
yeah.
that
He
guy-
gets Preach's girl.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucked up.
ex-girl.
That was
Yeah.
kind of fucked up.
And then
For real.
kills
him.
That's
It
what.
does.
Yeah, when you. Oh man.
But the thing is, like, I like about Cochise is like, he really is like a fully realized character of Ricky from Boys in the Hood. Because like Ricky, yeah, because Ricky is like, he's really like a one-dimensional dude. Like, it's like, do you feel bad for Ricky dying?
Cause Ricky, like, yeah, he's like he has like a nice like personality.
Yeah.
But like he's just football and like
It's like, just look how cool.
he doesn't know
Yeah.
anything. He doesn't really contribute more than everyone just like thinks he's the guy. While like Coach Cheese is like, he's the actual leader of the group. You know, like the group probably wouldn't be together without him. You know, he's the glue. Because he's there to keep sure the fucking Pooter guys stays in there and shit like that. Well, even when they're making fun of Preach and whatever like that, it's like, hey man, he's got goals like me, you know. And so yeah,
That scene is just fucking great. It just shows like the dynamics between everybody.
That's my favorite scene.
Man, where it's just like, and it shows who Preach really is too. Like where it's like, because that character could be like played so many ways. You don't even see that in movies like those kind of black movies where it's like this guy's whole thing is poetry. And I forgot, Love Jones is a movie where it's all about this dude getting pussy off slam poetry. And I'm like, yo, the only ever movie I ever seen that in other than that is fucking Cooley Eye. And it's like, you could play it off like some type of way where it's like black guy with dreams and all of his friends laugh at him. Nobody understands. But it's kind of set up that way where it's like, oh man, you just over writing poetry, man. But it's like Cochise is like, no man, it's like dreams, man. Like, yo, he has ambitions outside of here. They don't get it. Like, they don't get it. Like, I get it. Like, I'm Cochise, man. You know I'm Cochise. I get it. I'm like, man, if I just had Cochise in my life, man. if I just had one dude, man.
Everybody needs Coach.
They like. There's that part where like one of them steals like Preach's poetry.
Yeah,
He
that's
gets
the-
pissed.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like-
and my favorite part about that scene though is like, yeah, they're about to fight and shit, and Coach Cheese kind of like the glue puts them back together, and then Preach puts his arm around the guy who took his paper, you know, and they all
Yeah.
took a swig, you know, like after all that they're still homies, you know, and it's cool.
Then
you know?
there's that part where they're drinking and they're like, for the ones that ain't here.
yeah,
And then that part's kind of, that's like oof.
That's really. I think honestly, that's where that scene like is where Boys and Men got their shit, because like that's how I've heard like how they came up is like they were singing in the streets, like doing doo-wop shit, like doo-wop. That's what they were doing though. Like it was like some old school shit, like some
Fucking
Cooley High
cool,
shit.
man.
They were doing some Cooley High, drinking on the side, just singing with each other. And I was like, yo, Cooley High is such a fucking vibe. It's a vibe. It's such a vibe.
It makes me want to
Is-
rewatch it.
The whole like spill the beer thing, that's like a thing.
Yeah.
Is that like, there's like a scene in Menace to Society when they do
it's
that a few
for-
times in Menace to Society.
It's for dead people who can't partake anymore. So you pour a little bit out for them. You make the sacrifice to show that you're remembering even when you're partying.
Oof.
I like that.
Oof, it's fucking.
It's heavy, man.
Yeah,
He does it at the end too.
Yeah, he does.
But kind of, it's like even foreshadowing though that these are kids that have been through shit. Like these are all 16, 17-year-olds pouring out for dead homies. And it kind of like, cause that's what's so good about the movie is like, it does not build you up for what's about to happen. But you should all, that shit, obviously, they're telling you like they live in danger the entire time.
Yeah, I knew as soon as he got a scholarship, I was like,
You're like, oh no.
That's the thing.
Did-
Cochise's
did-
talent is what killed him.
yeah.
Did you want to say something? there?
Cochise's talent is what killed him.
I was just gonna say how I like in the scene where they are doing like the barbershop quartet thing, and then Pooter he's trying to do the bass, boom, 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 and like wait, no, you're definitely a tenor.
Yeah. They stopped the whole thing.
Yeah. It's a funny movie.
What was I say? What did I just say?
I like the part where like they sneak out and they go to. It's like a ploy to kind of get like the popcorn, but they go to like the park or something, and there's like a snack stand, and they go. The guys sneak up to go grab popcorn while Preach is getting a hot dog. I just like how Preach like distracts the lady, where he's like, "You got any mustard?" And what's he asking for? Ketchup.
Ketchup, yeah.
Ketchup.
You only have mustard.
Yeah, and then he's just.
He's like, you eat the hot dog.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
he's
You-
like,
you-
you eat hot dogs and mustard? Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Remember the part where where he's all like, I keep the money because the bitch is gonna steal your money.
Yeah,
And he
with
fuck-
the
the
pimp, with the
fucking
pimp.
yeah, the fucking
Oh,
dude, that
yeah.
sucker dude. He goes
Whole
up, the fucking
scene
white
is
dude.
so fucking funny, bro.
It's like, how the fuck you do?
I love when like the pimp's on the phone and then he's just like there lighting a cigarette and then the girl's just eyeing him and he's already like got a boner just sweating and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, it's played so realistically though. Like you gotta understand like the white dude's plight. You gotta understand how this happened to him. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's trusting this black dude. This black dude's probably playing out the fact that like, hey man, don't be racist, man. You can trust me. I know what you thinking, man. Every black dude's out here to get you. Not me, bro. Trust me. And that's the
Fucked up.
wrong dude to trust.
Fucked up.
Bro, it's so the whole setup.
I
It
like.
was fucking funny.
I like when he goes up there too and he opens the door and the black dude's just like, "What's up, honky?"
Just big as shit.
Did you never hear that?
Honky?
Yeah, honky. Like you never hear that nowadays. Nobody says honky. What the fuck is a honky?
Just white person.
Just white person.
Another scene is when they're trying to this movie's like really just like great collection of scenes where they're until all the collection it's like the ways it's built is just like a collection of like fun childhood hijinks until the childhood hijinks gets real. And that's where it kind of it's supposed to like be rooted in like, yo, for like these black kids here, like the shit that you can just be having fun with your friends is dope, but that shit can turn real quick here. Like that shit can you go on a joyride with your friends.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're at the station. They pull you out of school, and you know, the teacher says, "Hey, this kid has talent, dude. He has a scholarship. He can't go to jail. This will ruin his life. It's just a joyride." And we're all thinking, "Yeah, this can't ruin Coach." The way you're feeling, like this can't ruin Coach Cheese, man.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
This is just a joyride, and that's what gets him killed.
The
That's
teacher
what fucking gets him killed.
The teacher's the reason he dies.
The teacher's
It's
the reason he
sad,
dies,
dude.
and he's the fucking reaching out for him. Like he's going above and beyond to get this dude out of trouble because he believes in him, and that's what kills him.
It's fucked up.
It makes you think too.
much-
Like they get
too
off
much-
the hook for it. It's like in a way, couldn't the other guys have too?
But why?
You know?
Those guys are.
They
They
said
needed.
they
The
said
police
they're
needed
scumbags,
somebody. They
yeah.
needed somebody. They were
Yeah.
criminals.
And they're like the perfect suspects too. Cause
No, they
kinda
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stole the car. They had the dudes. They had the dudes who did the crime. They just.
Oh shit.
He was saying, don't involve these two
Oh.
kids. They're good kids. This kid has a scholarship,
I-
and if you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah.
scene a little wrong in my
Yeah.
head. I thought like
Yeah.
I didn't realize the car was stolen.
Yeah, they pulled up.
That was right after the pimp part, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought they just like got the car from like a buddy or something. But
What was the relationship to Coach Cheese and the pimp? I didn't really get that. Oh, it's his
That was his
Oh,
uncle
shit.
at the beginning. And I was like sitting there like, yo, you better have my money.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get. That's how he gets the money.
I like how they scam the prostitutes.
Yeah, that's. I think that's one of my favorite
That was
scenes.
funny, too.
They're like, you give me $10.
Yeah.
What does it say? Like the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
It had pretty good jokes in there too. Every once in a while, it's pretty good.
And the girl in it, a little bit. Might have been a little bit colorist at the time.
Brenda, yeah.
Yeah, that the
Nice
whitest
skin.
girl there was like, yo, she's the best looking girl here. But she was fine as shit though. Oh, she was beautiful. Oh, and the like fucking poetry that like preacher was speaking was
spin.
Yeah, bro.
Preaching.
That was
Preaching.
Preaching.
That was some good ass shit. That was I can't remember it, but it was some good ass shit. I'm gonna say that to a girl.
It was like I would rebuild you exactly as you are. Like,
Yeah.
Don't take away anything.
Yeah.
Don't add anything.
My manhood.
Bro, my throbbing manhood.
manhood.
Yeah. I was like, yo, chicks like that.
I like how Preach is kind of like
$10
morally
sucky.
ambiguous too.
Yeah.
He's kind of like an asshole. A
Yeah.
little
Alpha
bit,
Kenny one.
you know?
Welcome back.
But-
Been a while. Sorry.
One thing that was at least like I don't know interesting to me is also too like everyone's kind of just fucking each other, you know, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and like it's kind of weird because like they kind of have like you know like their main girl, but then like so they get butthurt when someone else is with them, but then like they're fucking around with everyone else too. I don't know.
But even like it's like they're all friends, but they're not like really like they're all friends. Like it's a very like good thing. Like they're all friends by circumstance, really, more than like they're all
Then,
friends by people who actually like each
bad
other.
choice. Yeah.
Like the only people who really seem like they genuinely like each other are Cochise and Preach. Like,
but even like Cochise like.
yeah, even
fucks
they
his
fuck each
girl,
other. Yeah, even
yeah.
they fuck on each other. And like fucking Preacher sets him up for murder. Get murdered. He just tells him where he's at. But fucking the dude with the mustache. It looks way too old to be in high school.
Yeah,
the Damon?
one who was with the girl who was the party.
Yeah, I was hosting the party. He is cool. Like he has like his like I'm
Oh,
like he's
yeah.
kind of like a dick throughout the entire thing, but I'm like he's kind of like there's a scene where like they're studying and he seems to be like the most into studying. I was like, oh, okay, he's cool. And then like when the snitching shit comes out, it comes out that they're snitches. He's like the first dude to turn on Cochise and all them.
Mm.
Was that? Yeah, he turned
Yeah.
on them. Yeah, when they were playing basketball, he's like, I don't want to play basketball with no snitch. And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, y'all was just y'all been homies the entire fucking movie. He's like, but I'm like, I guess that's the
Fake
streets.
friends.
Yeah.
He comes out that it's like The Wire. Have you seen that season of The Wire where like it comes out that the kid's a snitch, and then like they send it out on like the streets, and so like he just gets abused and abused and abused everywhere he goes. None of his friends at school want to talk to him. I was like, that's Cooley High, dog. It's all Cooley. We just live in a Cooley High world, bro.
Let me see this guy.
Preach is a little rapey.
I mean, there was a lot of.
Just the way he's eyeing Cochise too. Every time Cochise gets a girl, he's like, "Damn, that should be me."
Yo, I used to have this theory that like it was like a lot of like Preacher's whole thing was like he was like a little bisexual.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he had like he did like the way he would look at Cochise was like he like his like anger towards Cochise I felt kind of was more like, yo, you're gonna get up here, you're gonna leave me, and you're gonna go have this whole world without me. And he goes, I want to be that person in your arms. I want to be the person you never let go of.
Oh,
So, I'm telling you, man, Coach,
Get some fanfic going.
when he got to L.A., because that's where he was going.
Yeah.
He was going to L.A. You know, he dabbled in it, you know, a little bit, you know. Cochise was a handsome dude, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I don't blame him, man.
especially too if like they really are close friends. Once he leaves, like Preach doesn't really have much.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't really like his family, or it's like a tough love type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, not that he doesn't like him, but he's just like they're rough with each other.
Yeah. Where's the Pokemon kid and that girl from Despicable Me 2? Probably home. I'm talking about another podcast. Like a
Pokemon
long
kid?
time ago. Yeah, I think they're talking about Hung straight up. It's kind of fucked up.
Is that dude Asian?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with
Yeah,
these,
isn't that
what are
fucked
the
up?
fans, man? What is up with these guys? Who are these people?
Sometimes like random people just show up. It's
Oh,
like
really?
Random internet people, yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
another show too,
Yeah.
Backcountry.
Oh,
Yeah, Wizard, yeah.
that's named after Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's my favorite quote in that movie.
The backcountry thing?
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, that's what the whole
fucking funny.
channel's named after.
That's so fucking funny,
Yeah.
and it's so true, in so
Yeah.
many ways. This is backcountry.
We do, dude. We go out here in the park and there's straight up bats flying over the field. It's fucking cool.
And there's crazy people here too.
Yeah, that too. That shit crazy. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about for the movie?
I would just
Or it's not like a bad thing, but the movie, you kind of said, it does feel like a collection of like events that happen. Like, in a way, it is kind of like the whole Dazed and Confused thing, where it doesn't feel like there's like a super tight structure, at least until the. Yeah, it's a hangout movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like chilling with these dudes. That's what it's like. That's what the whole. I feel like that's what makes the movie so great. It's like you're just hanging out with these dudes, having a great time, until it stops being fun.
Right.
And it's just a random night. You don't know which one it's gonna be. It could have been when they stick up the prostitutes, or when they get, or it happens to do that when the gang's after him in the movie theater. It happened to be the joyride that ends up killing Cochise.
Right. Yeah.
It kind of like recontextualizes the movie because like every scene where they're having fun, you know that same exact scenario killed somebody
Yeah.
else.
That makes me want to see it again too, kind of, because like I didn't really think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like really upbeat, you know. And for the most part, it's like, you know,
It's
moderately
I
upbeat.
thought so
It's fun.
too. Yeah. Just.
And then the end happens, and I'm like, oh shit. You know, I didn't think that was gonna happen. You know, I was also thinking of it kind of in like the vein of like an American Graffiti type of Dazed and Confused thing, where it's like crazy ass shit happens, and
Like
it
nobody
just
really
goes
gets-
back as like
yeah.
a memory.
Nobody gets.
But
hurt.
like in this one, like yeah, people do get hurt, and watching it again, thinking of it through that mindset will be a lot more like bittersweet, kind of. The ending when
That's childhood.
that is yeah.
You hit your adolescence, you know, you're in high
Shit.
school, and you hit a point where it's like that's what adulthood. That's basically adulthood hitting. It was Cochise dying was like, yo, we're all. It's like we all go. They go to the factories after this. He goes to L.A. after this. This
Right.
is them splitting up, and that's how childhood hits everybody. Just for these particular kids, it ended with their friend dying. That's how it hit them.
Yeah.
That part's emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
When
I'm
he's
getting
like
emotional
looking
just
down.
talk about it right now, man.
When-
I'm about to start crying.
When he reads them the poem, and when he like pours out and then the song they're playing about yesterday.
yeah, bro.
That part, if music is like if kind of like a popular song is used well in a movie, like it gets me emotional.
Yeah. As it
Like I've
should,
told
yeah.
you about that.
Yeah.
Like fucking, even if it's not like supposed to be like a really emotional scene. Like there's this part in Easy Rider where they play like the Weight
Yeah,
by the
he's so
band,
beautiful.
and yeah, it almost makes me cry. Like
Yeah.
oh
By the way, this guy said, not because he's Asian, he wore a Pokemon shirt. Damn. So it's different people each time, I'm guessing. Okay, I'm going to bed. It's 2:35. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, Alpha Kenny 1. You have a good one, man.
have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
for, thanks for
I'm
stopping by,
sorry
man. Appreciate
for
it.
assuming that you're a racist.
Yeah, I think we all did. Sorry, we all owe you an apology. Not racist.
Your fans are great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun movie.
I'm really glad I watched it. You know.
No, I need to watch it again.
It's
I-
like my movie to always like tell like girls like what, because you know girls don't like it when they like really do judge like when you recommend movies to them. They want to know about. They don't want.
Anthony was like, "What the
Bro, no, cause like it's like similar to mansplaining, where like I feel like girls have this thing where if a guy like makes you sit down to watch a movie, in their head they get really pissed off if it's not a good movie, cause they're like, I don't know, I just,
I
sorry.
don't think if it's a bad movie. I think it has to be a movie that speaks about you as a person. So
Yeah.
if you like, if a girl's like, "Yo, come over, this is my favorite movie I want to show you tonight," and it's like fucking Boondock Saints, they're like, "Bro, I've dated this guy fucking 10 times who thinks Boondock Saints is like the greatest movie of all time." Or if it's somebody you're dating, they're like, "Yo, watch this Ingmar Bergman movie." You're like,
I did that.
"Yeah, exactly. You can't do that."
Have you seen Antichrist?
No, you showed a girl that?
I showed my ex
I've heard
that.
of it, bro.
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
on the first date though, or was it like?
No, it was like at a good point in the relationship,
Okay,
but
so you
still
could do
like
that.
I don't think like you show like someone Antichrist.
Yeah, probably.
Alpha Kenny 1 says you have a nice chain, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When's your birthday?
Oh, it was a few days ago.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday,
yeah.
Kareem.
Birthday.
You gotta go like all the way if you're showing them like an Ingmar Bergman movie. You gotta show them like Persona
See, I
or
love-
Cries and Whispers.
I like that movie.
And then when they say like, "What's the movie about?" You're like, "Bitch."
You gotta say I just know. Yeah, I know. I can't explain it. If you
Yeah.
don't feel it here, then it's more of a spiritual thing than a mental thing.
Yeah.
But no, I can't. Like, you can't show a girl a movie that's too experimental or like
It is hard.
Foreign.
There's a
Set up
fine
the
line.
blueprints.
you can show like a foreign movie, but it has to be like In the Mood for Love. Like that's a good foreign movie.
But then there's subtitles.
yeah, but it's
I
so
get-
easy to
get over
follow.
it, yeah.
It's
Get
so
over it.
like it's like so like paced like a American movie that they're just gonna be so impressed that you watch movies from different countries, but it's not too complicated for somebody to understand. So they're like, "Yo, he's not a douchebag, but he's cultured."
yeah. There's a fine line.
Exactly,
You know.
but you can't show them fucking Talladega Nights either, because then they're like, "Yo,
You're
don't think-
fucking yeah.
you don't think about nothing, do you?"
You stay up and eat Doritos and like drink Mountain Dew.
Exactly.
You know.
Cooley High is like the perfect.
Cooley High is a good like
Cooley
movie
High.
to show a girl.
See,
Yeah.
and you guys are white. Well, Norby's not white, but people might mistake him to be white.
People do all the time. Don't worry about it.
So it'll make you guys seem even cooler if you're like, yo, yeah, man, this is like a real hood classic, man. Not everybody knows about this. People are like, yo, where the fuck is this guy coming from? It's like, I hang out with people, man. I see the world.
Fuck I was at Speedy Mart yesterday, and the dude, the English teacher, said
Yeah.
he watched a movie again. Fuck.
What was it about? What was it about?
I'm trying to remember.
Tell us what's about, and we'll figure it out.
I told him he
that
asked me if we
rhymes.
watched any movies, and I told him we watched Beavis and Butthead and Holy Mountain.
That's so funny.
Oh, he was talking to me about Cronenberg. I was telling him
Oh.
that I wanted to watch Naked Lunch, and he just said he watched like a bunch of Cronenberg movies. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Naked Lunch, it's a classic."
Naked Lunch is really cool. That guy's awesome, dude.
That guy's cool as fuck,
We
right?
need to get him on the podcast.
Flat out, I would like that
He made
one.
The Fly. And
Oh.
Oh yeah, he said
Wait,
yeah.
what am I thinking about Naked Lunch then?
He did Naked.
He
Naked
did
Lunch
Naked
is.
That's a comedy, right?
No.
See,
no.
that's what I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
What am I thinking about?
Naked Gun.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about.
Leslie Nielsen.
He said to
Yeah.
watch He said, "I was like, oh, yeah, you should watch." He said he watched Videodrome the other day. That's what he said. He said he
Oh,
watched
I need to
Videodrome.
see Videodrome.
Videodrome's cool. It's
Videodrome's cool.
yeah, Videodrome's cool. Long live the new flesh.
Sorry, I think I ate a bad burrito or something.
I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of been messing with me.
Oh, you're good, dog. You're good. Anything else? We should probably. You guys.
Yeah, we can wrap
What
it
are your
up. I have to go to
thoughts?
Let's wrap it up.
I have to go to work tomorrow.
All right, let's wrap it up.
What are your thoughts on Menace to Society? Everyone.
It just copied Cooley High, bro. That's all it did, man. Cooley High was been out here, bro. I'm just kidding. I would say that growing up, honestly, I didn't really watch Boys in the Hood until I was probably like, I feel like 16 or 17. Like it wasn't like a movie that just like it was kind of like a movie I heard about, but I didn't really like. It wasn't ever on. Miss Society was on all the fucking time. Like that
Really?
movie was like a real. I scared the shit out of
Like
me.
on bed and stuff?
Like on.
Spike?
Wait, what?
Spike, Channel 29?
Oh no, it was just on whenever I went to people's houses. Like people just always have Menace to Society on. Like it was just like, yo, we're gonna watch a movie.
I still need to watch that movie. I haven't
It's
seen it yet.
it's
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood,
I have the
but
DVD.
All right.
it's just I think it's just kind of raw. Boys in the Hood,
It's darker.
darker. Yeah, it has a better
Oh, cool.
just O-Dog. That's it. O-Dog's one of the best cinema characters.
Dude! O-Dog's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's scary. Like he
He
used to
is
fucking
scary.
He used to haunt
He's
my
fucking
nightmares.
scary.
Yeah.
And
That
when
first scene when he just like,
where he's like, I feel bad for your mama. He's like, what?
yeah,
He's like, you feel bad for who? Boo, boo.
The
Oh,
cheese-
I want to tell you, but it's like, yo,
Hey,
it's
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't
yeah,
spoil it,
bro.
don't
It's O-Dog. And then when you think about like how he's like 5'6" in real life, you're like, that dude pumped fear into every like fucking bone
Yeah.
in my body.
See, okay. I saw like Menace to Society and I'm like, shit, O-Dog's scary. But like, I don't know. I didn't want to like tell people that when I talked about it because I didn't want to seem racist.
No, bro. No, bro. O-Dog is like literally, he says it in the movie. He's like America's nightmare. Like that's the black guy you're supposed to be afraid of. That's the black guy when you see like you're
Fuck.
like, yo, turn the other way around. That's O-Dog, bro. That's like that guy doesn't
That's
have
fucking
nothing.
sick,
He's
yeah.
not here to live long,
Oh, the cheeseburgers.
bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
there's so
not-
many just. My favorite scene in the movie though for Miss Society is
Or
just
wait,
the
he hasn't
classic.
seen it, he
I'm not gonna
hasn't
say
seen
it.
it,
I'm not
hasn't
gonna say
seen
it. I'm not gonna say it. You just know it. You know you done fucked up, right? You
Oh,
you done fucked up.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know you done
yeah.
fucked up. That's like a classic line. That's like yeah.
Oh,
That was
fuck.
such a great.
Let's
scene.
rate it real quick. Looks like
Bill
Anthony's
Duke.
dying.
Yeah, let's get Anthony out of here. I rate Cooley High 402 out of 400.
Tight.
Cooley Hive's a jive turkey.
That's not good, man.
That's not good.
Jive turkey.
Giant turkey's bad.
All right, Anthony.
8 out of 10.
I give this one. I give this a good like 73 out of 84. Barbershop Quintet.
Yeah, he had to get that out.
I think I had Old Ranch.
Oh no.
Old Ranch. Uh-oh. Fucking A.
I'm sorry.
Do you have to drive home?
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh man, eat your shit before you leave.
I'd probably give this. I think my only issue with the movie is just like, there's a few points where I was like, it was a little bit predictable at a few points, But I think it's just because it's like it's older. You know, I did
Yeah.
a lot of that shit for the first time, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'd probably give this like a 7 point. Probably like a 7.4. I think 7.4 out of 10.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something is better than Godfather. No. Okay. I thought that.
How'd
maybe,
you
like,
rank
Citizen Kane.
How'd you rank the ones
Yeah.
we saw?
I did what was it? I gave Police Story 9.5. I gave
Holy Mountain.
Holy Mountain 7.5. I gave
Beavis.
Beavis like a 9. It's such a good like comedy. I was laughing. Man, I was also stoned, so that's kind of like cheating.
They're still funny. They're still funny.
Yeah, but
Okay, so I'd rank it: A Police Story, Cooley High, Holy Mountain, then Beavis and Butthead.
I'm the same as.
I might do that.
Gotcha.
I feel though like Cooley High and The Holy Mountain are two movies that, at least for me, like it's hard to compare those two.
Yeah.
Like which ones? They're two completely different movies.
You get like it's like
you know,
they get like similar like emotional like highs and lows, but like
they're so different.
they're so different. Yeah,
you
it's like
can't
hard
fucking
to compare,
compare
them. Yeah.
those movies. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't even try.
I had a lot of fun with all of these though.
me too.
None of these were like disappointing.
Yeah, this is a good. This is a good
a
list.
good slew this episode.
Yeah, this
This
is
is
like
great.
probably one of the best.
This was a thank you episode to the audience.
Yeah, you're welcome one.
Yeah.
How long have we been?
Yeah, that's right.
2:59. Oh, exactly 3 hours.
Do you guys usually
Okay.
record 3-hour podcasts?
We've done 3.5 before.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, you guys fans are dedicated.
But we've also done like
Yeah.
2 before.
There's a
So.
few people who like comment. They're like, "Great discussion, guys."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The only one that was under 2 hours was the first one, and that's
Yeah.
just because of the way we structured it. We
Yeah,
like started
we're
talking
still
right
figuring it
away.
out.
So
All right.
okay, the next
How
time
do
we
you guys-
want to do the Zia episode, right?
So yeah, I'll tell you guys. I think I know how we should do it.
Okay, yeah,
But just to tell the listeners out there, no wrecks this time.
yeah.
Be prepared. Look on the channel. We'll have a special video
Channel, Instagram,
for,
yeah.
for the next episode.
Yeah, for the recommendations. And once the recommendations are out, I'll post it too.
Okay. And
Should
then
be
you
good.
guys want to try to aim for normal schedule from now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
2 weeks?
totally, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
just don't get COVID again, Norby.
Yeah, oh, man. No guarantees.
Ah.
I'm kidding.
Another strand out there.
It likes you. Maybe it likes you.
You get every COVID strain. My lungs will be fucked up. All right, so that's it. That's it.
On the screen.
Peace
time
out, film
16.
fans.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh man, that was great, guys.
Thanks, Kareem.
I know.
This is bad country.